fabric of Warroad like no other Minnesota town its size. It has produced Olympic champions and NHL stars and Hockey Hall of Famers. It lacks but one crowning achievement, a state hockey championship. Steve Doyle journeyed to the far northwest corner of Minnesota to catch wind on what's hot in Hockey Town.
The frigid blasts of winter that blow in from Lake of the Woods are tinged with a different tune these days.
Warroad High School, hats off to thee.
To our colors.
They are the rousing, familiar strains of the Warroad Warriors, pride of Hockey Town, USA. In this part of the northern world where hockey is the king of winter sports, Warroad is its castle, a fact it proudly displays on walls, water towers, and factory fronts, a topic of no small debate.
We talk about hockey all the time. All the time.
Nor is it a boast that is ever taken lightly.
Well, this is Hockey Town, USA, and you better not talk against it, or they'll run you out of town.
The early traditions of Hockey Town are locked in legend, though some would have you believe that Fort St. Charles built the first ice rink here in the 1720s, or that the pioneers who settled here passed their time in a friendly game of shinny with the Cherokees. And when they weren't farming or fishing for sturgeon, they were logging trees for hockey sticks. What is known is that kids have been playing hockey up here longer than anyone can remember.
It starts at like the tiny little children. From the time they can wear a pair of shoes and walk, they got skates on.
For years, they played hockey outdoors, on rivers, rinks, and roads. Then, 40 years ago, the people of Hockey Town pitched in to erect a palace where kids could skate free of charge morning, noon, and night, all year long. And a proud tradition was born.
We're used to winning in Warroad hockey. That's a way of life for us.
Within 3 short decades, 6 kids who grew up on this rink would go on to win Olympic gold and silver medals. Billy Christian.
I think it goes to prove that you can come from a small town, you know, and you work hard, and the opportunity is there if you want to do something. This is a great place to start.
3 Warroad kids would go on to skate in the NHL, but would return to regenerate the next class of skaters. Henry Boucha.
You know, every generation gave something back into the sport, and as a result, you know, we're reaping the benefits right now.
The current crop of champions, incredibly, has lost but one regular season game in 3 years, inspired, no doubt, by the lofty achievements of the graduates.
It's a good feeling knowing that those people did it, so why can't we, you know?
And perhaps, just perhaps, the ghosts of Warroad's greats still rumble around the rafters, ready to help.
I've talked to some other coaches, and they said a lot of times when they come into Warroad, some of their kids are just in awe of the history in Warroad. And when they walk in the arena and they see the pictures of the Olympic players, and knowing that it was one of the first arenas in Minnesota, and actually the birthplace of hockey in Minnesota. And it's really something we can all be proud of.
Yes, you're really
88, the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Edina Warroad, 2 of the biggest names in Minnesota hockey, and this year 2 of the state's best teams. Tonight, fresh off quarterfinal victories yesterday, the Hornets face off against the Warriors to advance to the finals.
Good evening once again, everyone, from the St. Paul Civic Center. Ralph John Fritz along with Mark Rosen. We have one team already in the finals. Hill Murray won that game this afternoon to get into the finals, and now it's either Warroad or Edina. And Edina's Willard Eikola is in his 30th year. Mark, he told me before the game the key for the Edina Hornets is the first period. I said, well, why the first period? He said, if we can just hang in there the first period, we feel that we can wear them down because we're going to skate 4 lines tonight. He feels Warroad goes with 1, 2, then they come back with 1, and then 2 and 3. So the Hornets want to wear Warroad down if they can.
We know what's going on here at the St. Paul Civic Center. It's just an electrifying atmosphere inside. But I'm wondering what's going on in Warroad. Enrollment 206. Cindy Hilger is up there. Cindy, what's happening? It's very quiet.
Talking, Ralph, I hope you're talking to me. We can't hear a thing you're saying. I hope you can hear us. We definitely know we are in Warroad tonight. The temperature outside is about, 4 degrees? Is that what we're hearing? 8 below wind chill, the major winter storm you're hearing about has hit Warroad. Nothing to worry about inside, though. We are downstairs, another private home this evening. We have got a beautiful fire. We've got a lot of people here ready for this game against Edina. Now, this one thing, we've been in Warroad since Monday, and you know, one thing we have really been struck by is how everybody here has some kind of an affiliation with hockey. Just in this crowd tonight, we've got a referee. We've got former Warroad players. You're looking at a mite right now, a warrior mite. We've got an adult hockey player. There's a lot of adult leagues up here. Everybody has a tie to hockey. I'm sitting between two men right now. They're our former Warrior players. They played back in the early 70s, and they're going to tell us a little bit about the significance of this game. Calvin.
Well, with Edina, everybody remembers back to 69 when Warroad and Edina met in the finals, and when Henry Boucha was hurt, it went into overtime and Warroad lost it. And it's been, over the years, people remember that, and it's when they play Edina, they like to beat them.
They like to win. Do they have any special significance to you, too? Is that a big deal, playing Edina?
Well, Calvin pretty much said it all, but I guess I remember watching or listening to the game on the radio, and it was pretty dramatic when Henry got hurt or whatever, and I don't know, it'd be nice to beat him.
Real nice, I think. We're going to check back with you again between the first and second periods, and I guess everybody here would just have to say, go Warriors.
All right, thank you, Cindy. In fact, Warroad and Edina have met only twice. 69 was the game, 5-4. Edina winning the state championship in overtime. 1970, again, they met in the state tournament. Edina winning by that same 5-4 score. At 69, you remember the names: Bobby Krieger of Edina, Henry Boucha of Warroad, and of course the names have changed just a little bit since then. Larry Olam of Warroad, Kyle Humphrey of Edina, two of the players to watch tonight. Live from the St. Paul Civic Center, this is continuing coverage of the 1988 Minnesota State High School Hockey Road. Over 1,600 at Edina, but it's going to come down to how these two hockey teams play tonight. And Lou Nanny and Chris Cuthbert, I don't know, we talk about the smallness of the enrollment of Warroad. What about the depth or lack thereof that they're going to have to face Edina with tonight?
Well, first of all, Warroad's going to have all the crowd with them. There'll be 16,000 here for Warroad and 1,000 for Edina. You got David and Goliath when you look at the schools, Warroad being a very small school, but David here tonight is undefeated. Goliath has already lost 5, so that's a big difference. Has Warroad got enough depth? They have, only if they allow Olam to play his type game, and that means he's got to play with a great deal of acceleration. You can hear the booth right now as Edina's coming out in the ice.
Louis,
and Ericsson's got to be in the top of his game, otherwise the depth of Edina could be too much for Warroad.
Is there a tendency to play a Larry Olam just too much? He was very tired coming off the ice last night. It was very warm in this building last night. The ice conditions were hardly ideal by the time the fourth game was played. Does the coach have to be concerned a little bit about overplaying Larry Olam?
Yes, he does. And besides that, what if Edina gets the lead? You know he's going to have to play him more. And on top of that, if Edina starts taking the body on Olam, that can have a telling effect. Olam was tired last night, and when he is tired, he can't accelerate like he really should and can do. He's got great changes of speed. That's how he scored his goal last night. But he's got to be able to use that speed to be most effective.
It's going to be quite a test for Larry Olam tonight, and we're going to have fun watching him. We'll also have a watch on him upstairs just to see how much he does play against the Edina Hornets.
Last night he played approximately 29 minutes and 27 seconds. A friend of mine had a clock on him. The centers, however, for Warroad have been playing extremely well. Biondi was very effective last night. Hurd always drives to the net. And Wilmer's got more experience than the other two. That's another strong point for Warroad. A lack of depth at defense might put a big pressure on the defense team because they've got a sophomore and junior in there. They only go with 4. And Edina goes with 6. They only have 1 junior on defense. That's Edina's strong point coming into this game. Their defensive play and the lack of opportunities they give to the opposition.
All right, the two teams are just about set for this second semifinal. Let's meet the starting lineups for Edina and Warroad.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here are the starting lineups for this semifinal game. First, let's meet the champions of Section 8, the Warroad Warriors. In goal, number 30, Chad Erickson. At defense, number 3, Dan Marvin. And number 19, Larry Olam. center, number 7, Joey Biondi. At wing, number 2, Derek Comstock. At number 5, Jim Fish. The head coach of the Warriors is Tom King. And now, let's meet the champions of Section 6, the Edina Hornets. In goal, number 1, Matt Bertram. At defense, number 7, Scott Dickman. And number 22, Jeff Sanderson. Starting at center, number 19, Noel Ron. At wing, number 4, Chad Hardy. And number 10, Kyle Humphrey. And the head coach of the Hornets is Willard Eichel. Ladies and gentlemen, here are your officials for this game. The linesman is Kurt Marino, and the referees are Bill Crutchnell, Everett Tibisar. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please stand and honor America as the Warroad High School band, under the direction of James Helen, leads us in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. For the championship game as we get set for the second semifinal. The Warroad Warriors with a record of 25-0 last night. They were winners over Duluth Denfeld 3-1, while the Edina Hornets are now 19-5-1 after their 3-2 win over Creighton-Durham Hall last night. And this should be a great contrast in the size of the schools and the size of the towns and just the tradition of these two teams. You know, I was interested in listening to people reminisce in Warroad about 1969. I wonder how many of them remember 40 years ago when Warroad lost to Evelyn in the state final, and a gentleman by the name of Willard Eichel was in goal for Evelyn.
Well, Eichel played very well throughout his whole career. He won NCAA championships, state championships, and he's a fellow that was on the silver medal winning team for the U.S. He's had 30 years of coaching at Edina, well over 500 wins. He knows how to win, and as we said last night, the one thing he does well is prepare teams to play their best at this time of the year. They're very disciplined. They play a solid game. The one thing they're going to have to watch out for is Warroad's ability to break people up the middle. That's something they haven't seen in this tournament thus far, and that could be dangerous to those defensemen.
Ron and Biondi on the opening face-off, and we're underway with this second semifinal. Jeff Sanderson in his own zone. Cross ice to Scott Bickman. Edina gets it out to center ice, and Dan Marvin has it there. His pass for Fish. Now it's Comstock over the line, back to Fish. Sharp angle shot, and look at that save by Bertram to get us underway.
Bertram has been playing better as the years gone on. This is one quality that Ike has. He was a goaltender himself. He prepares his goalies well. He likes having to stand up as Bertram is here. Look at him cut the angle. Doesn't make a move till the shot comes, gloves it, makes the save. Willard has had a history of having good goaltending.
Now it's Rick Davis, John McCoy, and Scott Cronick out for Edina. Hurd, Pomplin, and Stoskopf for the Warroad Warriors. Behind the net, it's Copeland. Copeland out on the right side. Rick Davis has it now. Number 21 fires it in. John McCoy chases after it. McCoy behind the net is watched. It's fed back to big Matt Hinches. Hinches the shot right on. They score! Rebound, John McCoy.
And McCoy goes to the net. The shot from the blue line. Hinches gets to the net. Erickson makes the save, but he's down. McCoy coming out of the corner gets the rebound. McCoy's a big fella, 6'3". He'll hang around that net all night long. He'll cause problems for the defense and the goaltender, and he's in position to get a lead and give Edina a quick jump. Here's the shot from Hinches, the blue line. Here comes McCoy from the right of your screen, driving to the net, right on the net, gets the puck and puts it away. Watch him on the top right there. Here he comes, right for the net, right in good position to be home. Erickson couldn't do anything after he makes the initial save because McCoy was Johnny on the spot and put it home. 1-0 for Edina very quickly in the first minute of play. Shot from Hinches and a goal by McCoy.
We've seen a lot of quick goals in this tournament, and John McCoy scores another. That's his 11th of the year, first of the tournament. Hinches gets an assist, 42 seconds, the time of the goal. So the Hornets break quickly, and we'll see if that rattles the Warroad Warriors. Back it goes into Warroad territory. Larry Olam dumps it off the boards. Davis centers it in front. Puck bit back to the point to Hinches. He pitches in, but Nelson clears it out to center ice. And that goal, and with that goal, the Pillsbury people will donate 500 pounds of food to Minnesota Food Share. We're up to 17,500 pounds, thanks to the folks at Pillsbury, who donate 500 goals scored in the championship round. Here's Dan Marvin losing the puck in the center ice area. Back it comes to Zwackman, now to Terwilliger. He passes it around on this near side to Zwackman. Check that. The other defenseman is Rob Copeland. Copeland feeds it out on the right wing. It was intercepted there by Fish, and now a lead pass to Vandertop is stopped, and back comes Fish inside the line for Warroad. Fish hangs on to it, tries to feed it in the left wing, and Vandertop came back to make the check. Here come the Edina Hornets as Hinneker comes over the line. Hinneker spun around. He lets it slide to goaltender Erickson, and Edina makes a line change. Puck comes out to center ice. Going after it is Larry Olam, and the puck slides back to Peter Zwackman. Now to Terwilliger. Terwilliger feeding it a long left wing pass, and chasing after it's Chris Justice. Justice centers it through the goal crease. After it on that other side is B.J. Nelson. He lets it go. It's Sanderson in the corner, working for it for Edina. Warroad trying to clear. That wasn't a good clearing pass. Sanderson couldn't keep it in, and it comes out to center. Sanderson tries to knock it back in, takes a hit for his troubles, and we have a stop in play. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back.
At the goal, here comes a shot from the blue line. You see in front of the net, Hinches getting ready to take the shot. A screen is being set up, and McCoy's coming out of the corner, and that's how you get the goal. 2:24 played in his first period already. Edina's used 4 forward lines. Warroad just used 2. And that, Chris, could be a telling fact that this continues, just the fact that Edina's got that depth to wear Warroad down.
Right now they've got Rob Morris, B.J. Nelson, and Chris Justice out. This is Vince Hurd with the puck for Warroad. He's a good one. Number 6, the center iceman for the Warriors. Going to the corner, he takes his man into the boards. Puck comes back to the point. Shagabe with the shot deflected just past that near corner. Bertram had to be alert there. There's Shagabe taking a run at Chris Justice. He dropped his stick, and the puck comes back into the Warroad zone. Here's Jason Pomplin. The lead pass just a bit too far for Hurd, and Jeff Sanderson turns. Passes it in the middle. Kyle Humphrey on the move. The shot. Humphrey rebound, and he just couldn't slide it by. Boy, Erickson out of the net. That was close. And Warroad called for icing, and right now, the Edina Hornets have Warroad in a bit of trouble.
Erickson couldn't control that rebound. Humphrey, who's got one of the best shots on the team, really didn't get a great shot away, but he gets it on the net and drives for the net for the rebound. Controls it, just missed it off his stick because he had a wide open net after he controlled the puck going around Erickson. Fortunately for Warroad, it's still 1-0.
From the draw, Noel Ron right in on goal, and Erickson made the stop. Ron allowed to walk right in from the face-off, and they'll have another draw deep in Warroad territory.
Ron did a very clever thing there. Many times when people are setting up for a face-off, they don't expect the center to go to the net. They're always concerned if they're going to draw it back for a shot. He just tipped it by the centerman, went right to the net. You see here, nobody picks him up. Olam, when he's playing in his zone on a face-off, should be more to the inside to get that guy who's going to the net.
Here's Ron again from the draw, centers it out in front. Hardy had it bounce up, but he had trouble controlling it. Now, back come the Warroad Warriors on the attack. That's Dan Marvin sliding it down in on Bertram, and Marvin will do some forechecking, even if he's a defenseman. There's a pass in front, and Bertram grabbed that one out of midair.
It's a good thing he did, because Kenny Wilmer was right on the doorstep. That puck just flipped up. It was a soft shot, and Bertram was able to glove it easily. Had that puck not been deflected and shot hard, watch Wilmer right in front of the net, number 14 here. See him standing there? If that shot was down low and hard, he might have got a rebound. Chapman, Vandertop, and Hineker had a good shift last time out. Vandertop with a hard drive hit the pipe, and Erickson beat, but just missed by inches.
From the face-off, the puck goes to the Warriors. Ken Wilmer carries it out of the zone. He's being chased by Vandertop. Wilmer cleared it to the blue line, but it's knocked right back out again, and back to get it is Damon Foster. Foster takes a look off the boards that feed on the left wing. Now into the middle for Wilmer. He can't get loose. Back comes Chapman, and a good hit on Chapman sends him to the ice in the center ice area. Vandertop turning twice and then feeds it ahead to Mike Hineker. Hineker all by himself against 4 Warroad Warriors. Let's see if he can hold on to the puck. No, he's checked, and it comes out to center as Edina makes another line change. Boy, they have certainly changed it around a lot. There was a giveaway. Warroad moving in, and a shot deflected over the glass off the stick of Matt Bertram. But Willard Eichel is not leaving his lines on very long.
Well, he's got 4 lines, and he likes to use them all. And one thing they all do extremely well, usually it's a centerman. And yesterday and so far tonight, the success of their defense has been the ability of that back checker. And as I said, usually the centerman to take away the middle ice area.
There's a drive right on. Bertram with a sharp save off Dan Marvin. Warroad won that draw cleanly, and Marvin really let go of last for the point. Bertram really made his presence felt as a goaltender for Edina for the first time in last year's state tournament. At least that's where he consolidated his #1 status. This year he has been in the net most of the way. Biondi clears it to the corner. Back to get it is Mike Terwilliger. Terwilliger, a state champion tennis player, gets to the line, but it's kept in by Jim Fish. Here's a chance for Larry Olam working right in front. The puck on the line, but they keep it out as Bertram goes down.
Chris, that's a case of the difference between Edina's play yesterday and earlier today. They had an opportunity to get the puck out. The puck was intercepted just inside the blue down low right here, and he's able to get it and go for the net. Almost puts it away. Bertram has to make one save and then the pile up, and he frees it. But Edina not quickly getting the puck to the wings right now as well as he did earlier. Warroad starting to give him a lot of problems with their offensive forecheck.
Hurd against Ron on this draw. Ron wins it. Scott Bickman clears it around the board, but it's going to be kept in. There's the shot by Gar Shagave. It's off the mark. And up with it is Jeff Sanderson. Sanderson neatly gets it out to Kyle Humphrey. Here's Humphrey hitting the line, and he hit it hard because waiting for him was Foster. But Edina keeps the puck in the zone. They're on the attack. Back to Bickman. Cross ice it goes to Sanderson. His shot through traffic, and Erickson makes the glove stop. With the score, Edina 1, Warroad nothing. This is Hockey 88, live from the St. Paul Civic Center.
Here's a shot from the point, but watch the high stick right there. That could have been over the shoulder. Ron got it. Now, whether he got it above the shoulder or not, we don't know, but they hadn't waved it off. Had a goal been scored, there'd have been a little bit of a controversy about that. That's a tough call. The referee's got to call it like he sees it, but boy, was that close.
Fortunately, it didn't go into the net and cause a real controversial goal.
That's exactly right. As we were talking earlier about the defensive setup of Edina, they like to force everything to the outside, it seems, and they're doing a good job of it in the neutral zone.
Here's Bickman from the faceoff. His shot goes wide, and it's up on the mesh, and they blow it dead.
You see what Erickson did right there? The puck went on the mesh. he just raised his hands to signal to the referees. Got to be aware, if the puck's still bouncing and the Edina player was there, he tried to get it off the mesh. He should have turned around, put the goal stick on top of the puck to make certain it doesn't come off. Then that faceoff comes outside, as it is doing now. But had they got that puck off the net, it could have given them some problems.
4 minutes, 25 seconds to play in the first period. Marvin off the boards. Nelson just gets it outside the line. Bickman waits for his teammates to get back on side. Now David Smith steals the puck. He clears it down into Edina territory. Bertram out of the net, wraps it around the boards. There's Humphrey. Humphrey will leave it for Bickman. Bickman to Sanderson. Sanderson being forechecked, gives it away. Here's Marvin moving in, can't get a shot away. Marvin waiting too long, and now play has been whistled down. Marvin was a little upset with himself, and he took his frustration out on Scott Bickman.
And Edina's very lucky. That should have been a penalty. If you watch the play again, the hand was not only closed and the puck was thrown. You can't grab the puck. In that case, it was the most flagrant one, and Willard's telling them right now, I mean, you really cannot grab the puck and throw it. They got away with one that time.
From the face-off, Foster to Comstock. He lets it go to Biondi, who takes a hit from Rob Copeland. Warroad down by a goal here late in the first period, but they're pressing to the attack. Comstock trying to chase down his winger, and out at center ice it comes. Comstock just hands it to Rick Davis. Here's Davis bursting in. Out in front of the net is Bronick. Here's a pass from McCoy. McCoy was checked. And back the other way comes Comstock. Derek Comstock across the line for Biondi, and it's called on the offside.
When you've got a 3-on-2 break, you've got to drive for that blue line, get the zone, and then make the play. Warroad had a 3-on-2 opportunity. They slowed up right in front of the blue line. You must make that zone and get control of it so that you don't ruin a good scoring opportunity. Whenever you outnumber the opposition 3-on-2 and 2-on-1, the key is to get a shot on net.
From the face-off, Olam goes back to get it, just clears it to the Edina blue line. Henches cross ice, and now it's up to Rick Davis, who is dumped in the center ice zone. Play continues. Olam down as well, and they hold it in front of the Warroad bench for a face-off. Davis also the captain of the Edina debate team.
The last 4 minutes, we've had more stoppages in play. We had real good movement and flow in the early part of this game. And the stoppages in play will help people like Pomplin right there. He's getting a lot of ice time. Warroad hasn't got as much depth. They use less people. So the more whistles they get, the better it's going to be for them, because the more rest they're able to get.
3 minutes, 5 seconds to play in the first period. Swakman to Terwilliger. Terwilliger up to Chapman. Chapman looking for Vandertop, and there's Vandertop with it. Now the shot right on goal. Rebound, banging away was Hinneker, and he couldn't knock in the rebound. Now Hinneker steals it in the center ice zone. This line of Hinneker, Vandertop, and Chapman's had a number of good scoring opportunities. Now Pomplin and Warroad go to the attack. There's the feed to Marvin. His shot deflected wide. In the corner, Hurd is after it. So is Pomplin. Pomplin along the boards. Still fighting for it. Marvin moves in. He takes his man down, and you can see it's tough sledding along the boards. Here's Hurd with a nice move, and he's knocked down. And Bertram decides he'd better hang on.
Warroad starts to put on more pressure again right after Edina gets a golden opportunity, 2-on-1. Yesterday we were referring to Edina as a team of opportunists. That's what they are. If you look at them even here tonight, they don't get many opportunities, but when they get them, they're good ones. And here's a good play. A good shot away, a rebound goes right over the stick of Vandertop right there. He just missed it.
Here's Rob Morris clearing it around the boards. Pass Foster and out to center. 2:15 left first period. Here's an intercepted pass by Morris as he breaks in. He's being hounded by Nelson, but the puck went right to Erickson. And Rob Morris is causing some trouble in that Warroad zone, and the puck now flipped out to center. Center ice zone, Chris Justice has it. Justice moves inside the line, drops it, and it comes outside the line. Nelson just gets rid of it there. And it's Sanderson holding on. Takes a look, feeds it on the right side. And in ahead of the play was the center iceman, Rob Morris, offside.
Dunn had a good opportunity there. Morris went ahead of the play. He was looking at the puck area. Didn't look where the line was. was a foot offside. He stayed onside. Bronick was coming with speed, and Morris, right-hand shot on the left side, could have shot off the pass. He was in good position to get a shot on the net.
Tell you what, Lou, you'd like to play golf with that line of Morris, Nelson, and Justice. They're all on the state champion golf team, and here they are playing together in the state high school hockey tournament.
One good thing about golfers, they usually have good hands if they're real good golfers, and that's what you need if you're a centerman like Morris. Good hands mean you're a good playmaker.
Down to 1:20 remaining in the first period. Warroad down by a goal, but trying to press to the attack here. Here's Larry Olam working in, and he was checked nicely there as Olam was in on one of those dangerous attacks, and out it comes to Dan Marvin. Marvin, the fish, he backhands it in, and we're under a minute to go in period number 1 as Sanderson goes back to get it. He'll leave it for Scott Bickman. Bickman feeds it out on the left wing to Kyle Humphrey, and Humphrey and Stoskopf in quite a collision. Or that's Pomplin. And Pomplin went down, and icing is the call against the Hornets.
It was a good check, however, by Pomplin. Humphrey trying to move to the inside. It was hit pretty heavily by Pomplin. As we look at Dan Marvin, his brother David played on this team last year and now playing at the University of North Dakota.
45 seconds to play, first period. The face-off to the left of Bertram. Henson behind the goal. He takes a hit. Hurd steals the puck. Pomplin cruising in the slot. Hurd trying to get it to him. Hurd still fighting for it. Now Pomplin in to help out. And finally, Hurd goes down, and out comes Edina. This is Hardy to the line. Hardy with Humphrey. Humphrey now down deep, centers it out in front. Ron couldn't get a stick on it. Hardy tries to grab the loose puck. Now it comes out for Warroad. 13 seconds left in the first period, and icing the call against the Warriors.
Even though Edina hasn't had a number of opportunities for the rushes they've had many rushes to the offensive blue line and into the zone. When they've got down there, the opportunities have been thwarted because they're throwing the puck out into the slot area. And last night, where they had a third man coming in, hanging up high around the hash marks, tonight he's in close to the net, and all the pucks are going by them, and Warroad's able to break it out. They've got to make sure they don't use what we call homer tactics, because it turns over immediately, and before you know it, you find yourself in a 3-on-2 situation.
10 seconds left as it's cleared down the ice once again. This won't be icing. Bickman golfs it up over the glass and into the crowd with 4 seconds remaining. I don't think Bickman's on the golf team.
Bickman made a very good play just earlier on Olam. He's the one that stopped Olam, and Olam moved in about 30 feet into the zone a minute ago. He took that puck away. He plays a defensive style game, and that's what Edina's going to have to do if they expect to shut this Warroad team down.
Let's see if Warroad, with 4 seconds remaining, can get a shot on goaltender Matt Bertram. Hurd will take the draw, and he'll try to pull it back to Larry Olam. From the face-off, though, Edina wins it back behind the net. That will do it for the first period, and the goal scored by McCoy in the opening minute holds up as Edina skates off after 1 with a 1-0 lead. And our watch on Larry Olam for the first period, 9 minutes and 40 seconds approximately for Larry Olam. So I guess just an average period for number 19.
Well, it was an average period, and it wasn't a dominating period for him, largely because Edina forwards weren't giving him the puck when he got in the offensive zone. They just weren't throwing it into his corner, and besides that, Warroad had a lot of the play in the offensive zone. They got off to a slow start. Edina striking quickly, getting out to a 1-0 lead, but after that, Warroad was putting pressure on Edina. Edina definitely did not come out of their zone nearly as well as they did yesterday, and that was due to Warroad's forechecking, plus the bad passing of Edina in that period coming out of the zone. If they continue to do that, you're not going to be able to keep that Warroad club off the board. They've got some good players out there, good center ice play, strong shooters on the wing. Even though Fish is a sophomore, he gets a shot away quickly. And you've got defensemen like Olam and Marvin that are dangerous offensively as well.
Warriors outshot the Hornets 8-6 in that first period. Now let's go to sports control.
I think that first period very indicative of the way Edina has played pretty much all season, and one of the big areas of improvement for the Hornets this year has been defensively. They gave up, I think, 96-some goals last year, still made it to the state tournament, but they really tightened things up with only 56 goals allowed this year. When they lost Tom Nevers, their outstanding sophomore, high-scoring sophomore, they really compensated by their defensive play as well.
Well, that's what Willard Eichel was saying before the game. He says, we won't score a lot of goals. He says, we haven't all year, but we look for a low-scoring game. It didn't start out that way as it turned out. They scored in the first minute of play, but from now on, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I understand we're ready to go to Warroad. Well, here we are back in northern Minnesota. Cindy Hilger somewhere up there.
I am here. I am here. There I am. Here I am. Well, it's a little different here than last night when the Warriors were ahead 3-0.
This one, it was 6'6" Matt Hengis, number 5 at the point, goes about 6'9" on skates, setting it up with his blast from the point. John McCoy, number 11, the senior, knocking in the rebound before the Warroad defenseman had a chance to recover. McCoy, as I mentioned, the senior, plans to attend Wisconsin. Knocked in the rebound, very effective shot. Again, look at Hengis. He turned on an opportunity to play basketball, Ralph. You know well aware of Matt Hengis and his family's background.
Well, I do. We can talk about that a bit later. Chad Erickson did have his moments giving up that goal, and then one slides right through the crease on him here. Not a lot of shots, Mark, in that first period, but those that we did have were quality shots.
On the other end, Matt Bertram, whose hockey hero is Ron Hextall, the Philadelphia Flyers, who has a way of getting into the mix, making a save there as Warroad really applied the pressure as the period progressed. They're trying to do everything they can, at the same time keeping Larry Olam back as much as possible to protect against breakaways from Edina.
1-0 for the Hornets over the Warriors from Warroad after one period of play.
This is the sold-out St. Paul Civic Center, but outside the snow is beginning to fall here as well across the rest of the metro area. As we mentioned, it's been quite a snow accumulating already in the western and southwest suburbs. We had one report in Plymouth, 40-mile-an-hour winds, although it looks more like rain than snow outside the St. Paul Civic Center here, Ralph. But it's going to get nastier as the night progresses.
Did someone say they had 40 inches in North Dakota? Well, I understand the forecast for here is what, 2 to 5, something in that.
Our producer Jack Brown indicated they had 40 inches of snow in North Dakota. Things are going to get nastier in the morning, and of course, as we mentioned, we will continue to update you as the storm progresses here. As this event becomes an annual reunion for the whole state, for many it becomes a family reunion. Don Shelby has the story of one such family.
The normal start to a not-so-normal day for the Sandersons of Edina. This is the first day of the state hockey tourney, and big brother Jeff, one of the standout defensemen on the Edina Hornets line, will be skating toward a state title.
It is definitely the agony and the ecstasy. Today is truly the ecstasy. You'd like to put this day on ice.
As rare as a state tournament appearance is for most of us, it is a frequent occurrence around the Sanderson household. Dad played state tournament golf in high school. Mom was a cheerleader as a coach's daughter at state tournaments. Daughter Carrie is one of the top seeds in girls tennis, as is Kristen, rated number 1 or 2 in tennis.
Other people, my friends, told me to tell him good luck.
Is he kind of a hero, too?
Kind of, yeah.
Little brother Scott has his own state tournament on his mind. He took the ice today in Eden Prairie, practicing for a shot at the Bantam State crown. If you've ever wondered whether there is a secret to consistently high achievement in sports, the Sandersons make a good case for superstition.
Jeff always goes to Corelli's before every game, and he's missed a couple, and when he's missed, they've lost.
Once I just gave him a good luck kiss and it worked, so I did it again. And he scored that game, and he scored every game.
So while Scott, Carrie, and Kristen found their way to school, Mom headed out to Corelli's to pick up the traditional offer.
Hello there. What would you like? You know what I want, don't you? The usual. Right.
Spaghetti and combo.
It's all right. Thanks. Hope it works.
Meantime, Dad, an ophthalmologist, tended to patients. He will become hockey-crazed after work. Later at the hotel in St. Paul, Jeff receives his spaghetti and Carrie's kiss, and victory is in the bag.
At the Civic Center, the different lives of the Sanderson clan seem to come together with one single focus. The exploits of the individuals set aside as they focus on victory for the Hornets and the exploits of one Jeff Sanderson.
He requited himself nicely, Sanderson style. Solid, low-key, effective.
How are your nerves?
I'm pretty nervous. I'm happy with the way it's going so far. I just hope we can end up with more goals than they do.
And in the stands, never a doubt.
Dino holding on. Back to Leitner with a drive.
And why should there have been? Winning comes naturally to the Sandersons. And it looks like it might continue, as long as the spaghetti holds out.
6'6", 210 pounds. Sounds like a great idea for an NBA small forward, right? Well, it could be unless you are Matt Hengis of Edina. He uses that size to big advantage on the ice as one of the Green Machine's better defensemen.
Well, it's very unusual for me to actually look up to a hockey player, and we're with Matt Hengis of the Edina Hornets. And Matt, first of all, you certainly do draw a lot of attention on the ice with your height. When did you start playing hockey?
I started when I was about 7 years old.
Now, when you finally grew, did anyone try to convince you that you should be on a basketball court instead of a hockey rink?
Well, a couple of teachers at the school, so like a homeroom teacher, because he was an assistant basketball coach, but they really couldn't convince me.
What are the advantages, do you think, of your height on the ice?
Well, it gives me a longer reach for a poke check, and it just gives me a lot more wingspan, basically.
And on the flip side, perhaps any disadvantages for being so tall?
Well, maybe acceleration. You're not quite as quick as the rest of the guys, but that's about the only disadvantage I can see.
When opponents see you for the first time on the ice, do you sometimes get kind of a second glance?
Yeah, they're kind of amazed when a guy that's tall can play hockey, but yeah, they look a couple times.
I think you said it when you said he's 6'9" on skates.
He was in his stocking feet when I conducted that interview. Believe me, he puts those skates on. I am looking up to him. And Ralph, you're aware of the family background. We can't believe that he is a hockey player because Sleepy Eye has a basketball tradition in the Hengis family.
Well, I'm originally from Sleepy Eye. I played basketball with his dad, Dick Hengis, in Sleepy Eye. Had he stayed there, of course, he wouldn't be playing hockey because they didn't have a team, although they've started a little bit now. But I know that he'd be playing basketball, so that would have disappointed our old coach, Mo Moran, I know.
Matt Hengis is a Division I prospect.
He is a Division I prospect, a good one. Edina leads it. The Hengis group is leading Warroad 1-0 after one period of play. Continuing coverage of Hockey 88.
That's a pretty big boy.
Do you know who the tallest guy is in the NHL?
Right now, right offhand, I can't.
Linesman Mike Civic. He's 6'8".
And he was from out in Portland. I saw him last year. He had a partner that was about 6'4", and when the two of them got on the ice and the fight started, they just literally picked the people apart.
He gets your attention. Now, we were talking about goals earlier. 1-0 after one, and I have a feeling this is going to be a low-scoring game. Edina is a defensive team, and well, the way we saw that first period, it may just be a very tight game, 2-1, 3-2.
Well, both teams have got good goaltending, and they have goaltenders that haven't given up too many goals during the year. But the opportunities are starting to come for Warroad, and if that continues, we're going to see a few goals on the board. Chad Erickson also had to make 3 or 4 tough saves out there, and these clubs are going to get their chances. They're not great goal-scoring teams, but they're pretty fair goal-scoring teams, and if you give them enough opportunity, you can end up with a 4-3 game or 5-3 game. One story before we start, I got to tell you, John McEwen, who played the previous game from Duluth to Enfield, was told at 2:30 today he was playing. A week ago, when no one was picked in the tournament, he had a dream that he was playing against Cretin. He doesn't know who won, but here he was dreaming about that game. So after their game, all the players are saying, tell him about the dream, because who would have thought that both Duluth and Cretin were going to make it, much less face each other. Superstition like that is a man like me.
I wonder if who he's going to dream is going to win this thing. Might be a nice little tip-off. Here's Larry Olam moving in. Olam trying to get around Scott Bickman, but couldn't do it. Bickman with the good defensive play. And Bickman gets it to the line, and it deflects off his stick and out. Chasing after it's Kyle Humphrey. Has a man in front. Hardy's loose in front. The puck just deflected wide of the goal. Boy, that centering pass by Humphrey almost deflected in past Chad Erickson. Now they pile up along the boards and get a face-off here in the opening minute of the second period.
And we saw a goal like that in the game this afternoon, and that's something Edina's done in the first period. They got out and got a quick goal, and that's really helped them. They are opportunists. They strike quickly. It looked like Warroad's putting on some pressure, but because of the speed up front of Edina, they pounce on turnovers, and they're able to outnumber you quickly, and they get their chances that way.
You were talking about that last game. Here's Rick Davis behind the net. I was speaking with Chad Erickson while the game was going on and tightening up, and he did not want an overtime game, which would have delayed the start of this one. Here's Rick Davis. Davis trying to center it in front. It comes back to the point. Copeland backhands it in. And now it's Jagabay on the right wing, and now a long pass on this near side for Stoskopf, and Jagabay was down. He was hit and has been shaken up.
Pinched his shoulder on the glass. Popham just shaking up a bit. There he is. He seems okay. But he made the pass, and as he did, McCoy just finished off his check, and McCoy 6'3", 190, and laid a heavy check on Popham. But he's certainly okay right now. He's up and on his feet, and I'm sure we're going to see him back on his next shift.
Look at some of the Warroad supporters. I've heard how small the town is and how small the school is. There's certainly a lot of people wearing black and gold here tonight. They've got quite a following, the Warriors, here at the St. Paul Civic Center. Their team down by a goal. A goal by McCoy in the first minute of the game is held up so far. There's Matt Hedges. That's the big fellow we talked to in the intermission. He flips it down behind the goal. Going in after it there is Bronick. He's the quarterback of the Edina team, all conference. Bronick, number 8, and that's Rick Davis with it. Davis trying to center it out in front. He's being watched. Davis still with it. Feeds it back to the point to Hedges. Hedges knocks it back around the glass. That's Bronick behind the goal. Tries to center it. And Erickson will wisely hang on.
You notice Erickson, he had his goal stick turned to the right when the man was in the corner ready to center that pass. He saw McCoy ready to center it, and he knew there was a fellow off to his right, so he was ready to deflect that pass, make certain it didn't go across the goal crease. The goalie's got to be aware of passes coming across the crease down deep. He's got to make certain he poke checks that puck away, otherwise he won't have a chance to make a save.
Erickson was telling me he feels a lot more relaxed this year. He's not in awe of the magnitude of the tournament this year like he was a year ago.
Well, he's certainly very capable. He's got a 94% save percentage, and once you get up past 8.86, that's really superb.
Great Chapman slides it down into the zone. It's cleared back out, and Mike Terwilliger has it there. Kind of getting crossed up the mid. They'll have to go right back behind their goal to set up. Terwilliger feeds it out on the left side. That's Hinneker. Hinneker up ahead to Vandertop. Vandertop for Chapman, and he'll clear it into the zone. This is the line that impressed us in the first period with their good hard work. Terwilliger can't keep it in at the blue line. Terwilliger being double teamed, but sticks with it, has the puck, and fires it down into the Warroad zone. Edina making a line change. Long pass into the center ice zone, broken up, but here's Comstock. Derek Comstock inside the line, winds up, takes the shot, and that goes off the ankle of Jeff Sanderson. Out on the right wing it goes and slides to center ice. B.J. Nelson giving chase. Here's Sanderson feeding it over on the left wing for Chris Justice too far. Back the other way's Pomplin. He's back on the ice, and Pomplin just rolls it down into Edina territory. Nelson, nice pass off the boards. Here's Rob Morris looking in. The goal post. Morris thought it was in. He had his arms up and might have missed the rebound because of the celebration. Sanderson knocks it towards the goal. That's 2 goal posts for Edina so far tonight. And they've run them right off the post. Hurd taken down hard. Good defensive play there. Although the crowd doesn't agree, they didn't like the way Hurd was handled. Now it's cleared in by Nelson. And that line heads to the bench. Out comes Larry Olam on the right side for Nelson. He can't take the pass, and Ron knocks it ahead to Humphrey. Loose on the side is Hardy. That pass didn't get through. Chris Nelson turns and feeds it ahead. Larry Olam at the line was checked by Rob Copeland. 11 minutes left, second period. It's still 1-0. There was a hard hit by David Smith. Looked like he was setting up a football block. Nelson along the boards with Copeland, and they pile up, and Smith is a little agitated as he takes his man in. There's a break in the action. We'll be right.
Scored. Actually, that was Morris, but you should have seen the referee behind the play. He also thought he scored. He pointed to Morris, but then the puck, as it did, hit the pipe, came right back out, and play continued. So Morris wasn't the only surprise fella, so was the referee.
Now Tom King has called the official over, having a chat. Not sure what that's about.
Well, one of the players is hurt and he wants to go off the ice, and either that or has to fix the skate. I think
that's Pomplin. You know, when Pomplin returned to the ice,
look at his shoulder, the way his right shoulder is sagging somewhat.
One of the Edina players went to hit him, and he pulled up as though he was hurt and shouldn't be out there. See, Pomplin has gone to the dressing room.
When you have a sore shoulder, you don't even want to lift it up there. You seem to carry it lower, and that's the way Pomplin was carrying his right shoulder there. He certainly favored it.
Well, we hope he's okay. We've seen Jeff Satterdahl earlier in this tournament suffer a separated shoulder. Conklin really did take a hit from John McCoy as the puck is cleared up into the bench area. 10:37 remaining in the second period.
This period we have seen much more physical play by both teams. Some very heavy hits. Each of the clubs, whenever they get the opportunity along the boards to take the man out with some vim and vinegar, they're doing it.
And that's going to help, I would think, Edina, only because they're really using 4 lines and 6 defensemen, so they're using about twice as many players as Warroad, and that should be a factor in the third period.
Well, it certainly makes your shifts shorter when you're getting hit all the time. You can feel it.
Here's John McCoy trying to cut in. He was hauled down, and there'll be a penalty coming up as McCoy tried to cut in. Now the puck cleared down the ice, and that was strange because Bertram's out of the net. And had that puck gone into the empty net, it would have counted as a goal for Warroad. That would have been a strange one.
That's because Edina sent it all the way back, not Warroad.
That's happened before in the NHL.
Happened this year, Brent Sutter.
Henchys carries it on offside, and now McCoy has words with one of the Warroad Warriors, but a penalty coming up against Warroad. With the score, Edina won.
Going to Dan Marvin right here for hooking as McCoy's driving to the net. He gets pulled down. The referee's called it hooking. Edina on the power play leading 1-0, 9:53 to go in the second period.
Edina 0-for-1 on the power play in the tournament. Their first opportunity tonight. Warroad has killed all 7 of the manpower disadvantages they have faced so far. They did quite a job on Duluth Denfeld last night. Let's see how they do here. Chapman, Vandertop, Hineker up front with Sanderson and Vickman on the points, but it's cleared down the ice by Derek Comstock.
Warroad's very aggressive killing penalties. They'll chase the puck carrier deep, try and force him to make a bad pass, not allowing him to come out smoothly, as you see right now.
Comstock, the sophomore, number 2, doing a good job right now as he forces them back, but here comes Hineker streaking down the right side. Hineker hits the line and gets hit by Olam. Behind the net, Foster. Hineker comes up with the puck. Foster working against him. Now it's Greg Chapman in behind the goal. Chapman looking to center. Chapman has it. Hineker's in front. Chapman feeds the point. That's Jeff Sanderson to Hineker. Hineker circles back to Sanderson. Here comes the blast. That's off the target. Around the boards, kept in by Vickman. Vickman, the back pass, and that was a dangerous pass, almost intercepted by Comstock, who deflects it down into the Edina zone. 44 seconds remaining in the power play. A good job so far by the Warriors penalty killers. Now it's Kyle Humphrey throwing it down deep in the zone. Out of the net's Erickson. Ron, first one to the puck. Chad Hardy in the corner. Here's Hardy feeding the point. Henchys gives off to Copeland. Chad Hardy loose in front was Humphrey. They couldn't get him the puck, and back comes Warroad. Here comes Larry Olam. He's dumped on the play. The fans react. Olam looks for a call, and none is coming.
Edina with not a very effective power play. They keep moving the puck around the outside. They don't gain the zone and move it sharply and take any shots. They look for too pretty of a play, and they haven't been able to do it.
Now Marvin's back on the ice. Warroad at full strength, and here's Larry Olam breaking in. He has a man in front. Vince Hurd can't get him the puck, and now the net may have been knocked off the magnets, and I think it was, and Hurd has words with Matt Henchys, but a great penalty-killing job by the Warroad Warriors.
It's a good thing that net came off the Henchys, because that puck was just going to come up ice, and who was there but Noel Ron, Kyle Humphrey, and Ron's got great speed. Humphrey with a great shot. They would have had a 2-on-1 breakaway. But we saw some super acceleration by Olam around the outside. That's something he can do extremely well. He'll come down, he'll be parallel, he'll look at you, and he's got a great acceleration, good change of speed, and he can just accelerate around you.
Jagabay knocks it around the board. 7:38 left second period. Still 1-0 in favor of Edina on that early goal by John McCoy. B.J. Nelson fighting for it. Number 18 down went David Smith. They tie it up for a faceoff. There's a break in the action.
Both clubs thus far at 7:25 to go in the second period. We've only had one shot by each team.
Larry Olam just played a 3-minute shift. He went off for no more than 15 seconds, and he's back on the ice for the Warriors. Here comes Dan Marvin. Marvin speeding out to center, backhands it into the zone. Behind the goal, Terwilliger. Terwilliger loses it. Now it comes over on this near side, and it's flipped out to center ice. Morris overskates it, and back in comes David Smith. He can't get loose, and turning is B.J. Nelson. Nelson clears it to an open wing. Now Rob Morris takes a hit along the boards, and the puck is loose for Zwakman. Zwakman on the near side to Terwilliger. Edina fires it in. Erickson calling signals. The puck centered out in front just past Rick Davis. Back come the Warriors. Olam being pounded from behind. Olam sticks with it. Now is checked and Davis turn. Here comes Rick Davis working into the zone. Davis the shot. That one goes wide. Now back to Jim Fish. Fish streaking down the right side. Can't break through that tight defense. Olam almost intercepted the pass. Sanderson goes down. And here comes Joey Biondi. Biondi works his way in. Can't get a good shot away. And it's cleared aside by Bertram. Now Bickman feeds on the right side to Chronic. Chronic, drink wide pass for John McCoy. He is playing a robust game in front that Davis just pushed it wide of the goal. Back to Sanderson. Here's the shot. Hit the outside of the net. Some of the fans thought that one was in. Chronic in the corner. Feeds to the point. Hitches off his back foot. It's loose in front. Davis the shot, and Erickson makes a big stop. So pressure by Edina, but Erickson comes up big. Hitches turns quickly. As it appears Edina's gathering some momentum, Hitches was tripped up on the play, and the Warriors just clear it down the ice.
Well, it looked like it was going to be offside. It was almost a delayed offside. It sounded like it, but they let play continue. And Edina back in their zone trying to move that puck out.
Greg Chapman went the wrong way. Better be careful. Does get it out to center ice. Chris Nelson. A lead pass for Hurd, and Hurd was in ahead of the play offside. And the fans react to that collision. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey Tournament.
Royce had an excellent tournament. He used that size and speed to go to the outside, pull a defenseman, and he centered that pass right to Davis. Erickson made the save of the game on that.
Here's Hinches with it. His pass got it between two teammates. A little confusion, but Chapman gets it out to center ice. Now chasing it down is Dar Shagabay. Shagabay clears it to center. Hinches over to Copeland. Copeland's pass doesn't get through, but Copeland gets it back again with 4 minutes and 32 seconds left in the second period. Still 1-0. Hinches tries one from center ice. I don't know if he does it all the time, Lou, but it almost looks like he takes all his shots off the back foot.
Well, when you've got that kind of leverage anyway, it doesn't matter if you're in the back foot or the forward foot unless you're getting hit. If you're going to get hit and you're in the back foot, you're going down, and you're going down quickly.
There's Foster clearing it to the line. Chad Hardy tried to keep it in. Now Foster gets it again. His brother Darren was in the tournament last year for the Warriors. Foster with the pucks. Handed it away, but Hardy overskated it. Now it comes out to Terwilliger. Playing just a little ragged for the moment. Now a weak shot in on Erickson, who decides to hold on to it with players bearing down on him. And once again, we've got some jostling after the whistle, as I think these two teams are starting to work up a little bit of bitterness between the two.
Well, one of the writers had a statement before the game that was interesting. Whenever an Edina player gets knocked down, you got great enthusiasm from here because it's a highly partisan Warroad crowd. And someone said, what if Edina wins tonight and they're playing Hill Murray? You're going to have a real quiet crowd. They're not going to want anybody to win. But if Warroad wins tonight, you can be certain that tomorrow night the crowd will be on Warroad's side again. You'll have a highly partisan crowd. They like to see the underdog, the small town, come through. And Warroad's got the team that's capable of doing it.
You know, a Northern team hasn't won or hasn't been in the finals since 1980 when Grand Rapids beat Hill Murray. I wonder if Hill Murray will have another Northern opponent tomorrow. Puck cleared outside the line with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left to play in the second period. The Warriors down by a goal as Joey Biondi starts up. Biondi over the line, drops it for Comstock. He was checked by Humphrey, and up comes Noel Ron with Humphrey. Ron streaking down the left wing. Nice play by Dan Marvin, but Ron sticks with it on the backhand, and Erickson makes the save.
Well, Dan Marvin made a real good play because had he not squeezed Ron off, right at the doorstep on the far side was Chad Hardy all alone. If Ron had gotten free 1 more second, Erickson wouldn't have had the opportunity to make that save because Ron would have passed it across the far side, and Hardy had no one there but wide open net. Erickson would have to play the far side man, and Hardy was coming down just 10 feet from the net wide open.
Chad had a touch of the flu in the final practice before the tournament started, but he said he's feeling fine now. There's a trip in the center ice zone as Olam went flying, and well, the fans showing their allegiance at the moment. This building exploded with a penalty call, and we'll see Warroad go on the power play.
Rob Morris going into the box for hooking Olam. Warroad with their first power play opportunity of the night, trailing 1-0. 3:04 to go in the second period.
Well, the Warriors 1 for 5 against Duluth-Denfeld. Here's another look at Larry Olam getting tripped up.
Olam breaking away with the speed and pulled down by Morris right at the red line. And Olam's the type of fella you're going to have to slow up with the stick, but don't keep it on him because he's got such great acceleration. If he feels that tug, just the force of him pulling against your stick would be enough to pull you down.
Here's Warroad moving inside the line. Stoskop trying to reach it. Bird beats the point. That's Olam with it. There's a lot of traffic in front of goaltender Bertram. He can't see anything. The shot just went wide. The rebound knocked wide of the goal. Bird. Boy, they're really... Stoskop just plants himself at the top of the crease, and they're having trouble getting rid of him. But right now, here's a break from Mike Hinneker. Hinneker down, and his shot is well off the target. 1 minute, 24 seconds left in the man advantage. 2:25 remaining in period number 2. Stoskop has trouble with it as Ron tries to tie it up along the boards, and he does for a faceoff.
Edina penalty killing, much like Warroad's, very aggressive up front. Humphrey and Ron got good speed, and they come after you. They make you make mistakes, and that's what they like to do. Have you have turnovers in your own defensive zone. Nelson there, only this time it was Chris Nelson, number 20 from Warroad. Better watch, when that puck was being frozen along the boards, he came in behind and he tried to kick the skates out from under him. Even though you're on the boards, don't try and get that puck free that way. You'll get a tripping penalty.
Here come the Warriors. It's Comstock leads the rush. Comstock was met by Humphrey, passes back to Olam, beats one man inside the line. Larry Olam beats it off Biondi, and Bertram got a glove on it. Dropped by Fish to the point, and it gets by the point man and down the ice. Close call there. Comstock, cross ice pass to Fish. Fish back inside the line with Biondi. Fish and Hedges working against each other, pair of fives. Now it's down in the corner. Biondi, the feed. Comstock shot was blocked. Nice play by the Warriors, but a good defensive play as well. Marvin's shot is blocked. Marvin gets it back again. He'll drop it to Comstock. Comstock down to Fish. He's taken down, but Biondi has it. Biondi lost control against Hedges, but gets it back again. There's 15 seconds left in the man advantage. Puck is centered. Biondi the shot, and Fish missed the rebound after Bertram made the initial save. Comstock, cross ice to Olam. Good pressure by Warroad. 3 seconds left in the man advantage. Comstock, perhaps time for one more rush. Here it is, set in front. Olam moving in. Open net. Couldn't knock it in as the puck slid through the goal crease. And now Edina back at full strength. And the Hornets cleared over the glass and out of play with 49 seconds remaining in the second period. And Warroad came close.
Edina was not only shorthanded, Rob Copeland lost his stick. So essentially it was a 5 against 3. Copeland, however, had the presence of mind to keep his position and just try and take the man with his body. Here's the first flurry you had. You see Copeland down there, he's got a stick at that time. Now the puck goes by, and he's going to lose his stick. Later on, you see him in front of him at 6 without a stick. And Olam made a great move when he passed it across. He could have put it upstairs. Very unselfish player. Unfortunately, the pass was a little off, and the game's still tied for still beat down by 1. Warroad trailing 1-0, or they could have tied it with that play by Olam.
You know, Hedges took down one of the Warriors in front of the net as Olam made the pass, and he just cleared him right out of there. Otherwise, it could have been a goal for Warroad. I was surprised when Morris went right to the bench, Lou, and it seemed to give another 10 seconds of the man advantage instead of joining the play, but he does what Coach Eichel tells him, I'm sure.
Well, I don't think Eichel told him to come there. Whenever the puck is in his own zone, there's no use going across the ice. He should have gone right to his own defensive zone. You're right about Hedges. He took the fella down in front heavily. As a matter of fact, that helped relieve the pressure because I believe it was Comstock. He couldn't get up for about 10 seconds, and then it was like 5 for Edina, because by that time the player came from the Edina bench back in the zone to 4 for Warroad.
Tell you what, a lot happened on that power play, even though Warroad didn't score. Action-packed. 38 seconds left to go, second period. The shots on goal are even, 10 apiece, but it's still 1-0. Here's Chris Nelson. He'll try one from well out. The puck went up on end, and he was well wide with the shot. To Williger in the corner, trying to work his way out. Up ahead it goes to Rick Davis. Davis in the center ice area for McCoy. He just slams it down into Warroad territory. Erickson stops it there. Rick Davis picks up the loose puck, has a man right in front. There's the shot. And Erickson, a big stop off Scott Chronic. And Warroad forgot all about Chronic, who looked to the sky after missing that chance. He'd love to have that one over again. Just 3 seconds left in the period.
That's a second great save by Erickson this period. Watch it, right off the pass. He just directs it very quickly. A good play by Chronic, a better play by Erickson. Erickson had to make 2 great saves this period, and he made them both. A fine play by Chronic because he shot right off the pass. He knew he didn't have much time. But Erickson with those quick reflexes show you why he's got such a low goals against average, 1.5 over the past 2 years. Certainly a very capable goaltender. He's going to the University of Minnesota Duluth branch.
Ron against Biondi on the draw, and that will do it for the second period. Erickson preserving the 1-0 score with that late save. Pretty entertaining second period, particularly when Warroad went on the power play. But they were unable to crack through Matt Bertram and the defense of the Edina Hornets, who take a 1-goal advantage into the third period. And Larry Olam, for that second period, played 11 minutes and 50 seconds. He's already played 21.5 minutes. And they're going to need a lot more of Larry Olam in the third if the Warriors are going to come back.
Another fellow that's playing a lot is Chris Nelson. On the right side, number 20, he played his own shift, plus played for Pomplin. Pomplin out of the lineup, and as it is, Warroad goes with 2 lines so often. They have got to reach down because they're going to be tired in the third period, but Warroad's starting to get stronger again. And Olam, with that great opportunity, he probably should have shot the puck. He's such a good goal scorer, Chris. He could have put it upstairs, but he looked across, he saw the pass, and it was just a little off. Otherwise, we'd have had a tie game at this time. However, conversely, Chad Erickson with 2 big saves at the other end. Edina didn't have many chances, but 2 that they did have were quality, and Erickson made the saves in those cases.
Well, the unbeaten record of the Warroad Warriors is certainly going to be put to the test in the third period. Let's go down to sports control.
Well, you have to wonder sometimes what the coaches say to their players in between periods. Tom King, the head coach of Warroad, is probably saying, just take a breath. You're going to need every ounce of energy that you have for that third period, because Warroad's certainly undermanned in terms of injuries. And Jason Pomplin, for instance, went out with a separated shoulder. We're going to have an update on his condition in between periods. And with the people going down and Larry Olam already playing 21 minutes, it's amazing that they have anyone left out there.
They don't skate that many lines at Warroad. And, you know, both of these teams, neither one score that much, but you can see how they win because they don't have to score a lot of goals. They have such great goaltending with Bertram and Erickson in there.
Edina skating 4 lines, 6 defensemen, so it's going to take 1 play for Warroad to break through there.
Live, well, wait a minute. We're going to go to Tony Parker, I understand. Oh, there he is. Okay, has a new band to talk about. Tony?
Well, continuing with our theme of mascots, you're looking at the Edina band there. No, not the guys falling down, but the people with the instruments. We have a Hornet with us this time, the Edina Hornets. Hello, Hornet. Tell me, Hornet, what do you do?
Sing like a bee!
No, you're just putting the right?
No. We're awesome. We sing. We go for it. Woo!
I think the safest thing to do here is get rid of the head. Get rid of the head. Hey, there you are. Who are you?
Lindsay Freer.
Have you been a Hornet very long?
Well, since the tournament started.
Oh, just the tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you do it very well.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Let's meet the cheerleaders, okay?
All right.
Name and year.
Leah Larson, Sr. Angie Faust, Jr. Linda Larson, Jr. Sarah Howell, Sr. Jenny Herman, Jr. Stephanie Weber, Sr.
Now, Edina's leading 1-0, right? What are your chances, gang?
You know, Tony would have been great on American Bandstand.
That tells it all. The Edina Hornets leading it 1-0. We'll see how the Warroad people feel about that a little bit later, too. This is, you said, 1-0. No scoring in that second period, Mark, but a lot of good action on both ends. And first of all here, Edina Number 9, Rob Morris, bangs one off the pipe, and actually he was celebrating this one going in and missed on a chance to get the rebound. Take another look. This is a little bit better angle as there he is, number 9, Robbie Morris lets one fly right here. Watch it hit the pipe.
He's the captain.
Bang. Now watch his stick. I think it goes up right here if we could follow it. Well, we didn't see
the motion there.
But he had a good shot at a goal there. Otherwise, it'd be 2-0.
And, of course, Chad Erickson, the big man in goal, Mr. Hockey finalist. Edina putting the pressure on at this point from the point, and Erickson coming up big right in the slot. Chad Erickson on Rick Davis right there.
And on the other end of the rink, of course, Edina's Matt Bertram, who has held this team together for a good share of this season. Look at that save. And just skims by, and especially in the power play in the last minute or so, and Warroad is putting all sorts of pressure on. And there you see the goalie saves after 2 periods now. It's dead even at 10-10. Not a lot of shots.
Matt Bertram,
10-10.
Brimming with confidence as a junior now, was in the state tournament a year ago and was really thrust into the starting lineup right before tournament time. Did an exceptional job. But I remember talking with him after the sectionals, and he said, you know, we were a little embarrassed about what we did here a year ago. We were 0-2, gave up a lot of goals. Things will be different, I guarantee you, when we go back to state this year.
Well, we saw him out there in the introductions tonight. He was very vocal, and he's really pumped for this game. And so as a matter of fact, Warroad, they ran onto the ice in the first period. So
if Edina does hold on and win this game, Matt Bertram's an interesting guy for Tony Parker to talk to. He'll be able to ask him one question and then back off for about a half hour. This kid will be excited.
Okay. Live from the St. Paul Civic Center, this last game as a high school student. Well, Steve Doyle takes us along with players who must face defeats.
In the beginning, 150 teams are called, but only 8 are chosen as worthy to vie for the title. 8 who begin as equals this second season of sudden death. Before glaring lights and cheering fans, they weave their fate on a sheet of ice. Into the fray, they hurl headlong, bodies fired with the spirit of youth, willing to sacrifice self for the greater cause. The changing winds of war blow fair fortune and foul, emotions tugging to and fro. Toward the end of the day, the exhausted warriors pause to regroup before one last rush, faces etched with the rigors of battle and the hollow eyes of approaching defeat. The difference between winning and losing is often measured in mere inches, their season of high hopes trickling away in defeat and inevitable self-doubt.
I don't know, I was just trying to think about something that I could have done to try to save it. Maybe I could have got up against the post so he couldn't have shot it across, so he couldn't have had another shot at it.
For others, the end comes with shocking, numbing speed.
Everything just drops off me, you know. It's the worst feeling I've had in my whole life. I was out on the ice and I saw it go in and I just fell to my knees and I cried. Just that shot just kept playing over and over in my mind, and seeing the back of the net go and the red light on. That's all that I could see or hear, you know.
It is a grief shared among friends, a handshake offered competitors while choking back tears. Even to the vanquished, there are plaudits for a game well played by those who had given their best and fallen just short.
That was fun. That was fun, huh? Hell of an effort. Good job. Proud of you guys.
It will be days, perhaps weeks, before the words of the coach will make sense, long after the sticks and gear are packed away.
Tonight, the kids really had a lot of fun. This was an incredible experience for them. To be in the big one is beyond belief. And to come here and play hard and lose by, a goal, sure it's hard, but they're going to have great memories.
But that is for tomorrow. Today, there is only pain and anguish and the utter despair of failed dreams.
Someone asked if you could compete in a team sport or an individual, what would you prefer? I'd prefer a team, because in winning you win together, and if you lose you have each other to console each other.
Certainly a lonely feeling, but as Steve Doyle indicated, it's a feeling that's going to get a lot better as the years go by and you think back to just experiencing this state high school hockey tournament. Right now it's Edina 1, Warroad nothing at the end of 2 periods, live from the St. Paul Civic Center. This is continuing coverage. Before we start the 3rd period, we have a special hello to Kathy Brennan of South St. Paul. Well, she used to live in South St. Paul. Kathy Brennan is watching the high school hockey tournament from her home in Calgary via satellite. In fact, I ran into Kathy during the Winter Olympics, and she said, I've been watching it the last couple of years. I always get the dish turned in just right, and it's one thing I always look forward to. Kathy's mom here from South St. Paul is at tonight's game.
Are we going around the world now, or what's the deal here?
Well, maybe Lou Nanny's doing some recruiting for some players up in Calgary.
Yeah, that could be. Let's go back upstairs. Could be the final period of play, barring overtime. 1-0, Edina leading Warroad. And Louis, is anyone wearing anyone down here at this point? We know Olam's has a lot of ice time, but at this point it doesn't appear anyone's wearing anyone down.
Well, that's right, but we've got to watch for Warroad forwards. They're going down to 8 forwards right now, so that's really a task for them to continue the pace that this game's being played at. And with all the physicalness that we've had, especially in the 2nd period, that takes even its toll on the players themselves. We've got to watch for Warroad breaking down early in the game. If they try and gamble too early and Edina capitalizes, that could be everything for them, because it's pretty tough to score in Edina. Warroad's got to stay patient as they've been. They've been playing better. As a matter of fact, they had the edge in the play again in the 2nd period. They're not getting enough quality shots on net. They're passing it around a little too much. And Bertram, when he's had to, has played as well as Erickson. However, Warroad does have the danger of Olam ready to explode every time he's got that puck. And Biondi and Hurd are very dangerous in the middle. And watch for Jim Fish, number 5. If anybody on the wing is dangerous for Warroad, it's Fish, the way he can shoot that puck.
And we're ready to start the 3rd period with the Warriors trailing the Hornets of Edina 1-0. Larry Olam passing on the left wing to Derek Comstock. He flips it in. Going in after it's Biondi. Biondi knocks it for Fish. Back it goes to Marvin. Here's the shot. Hit the goal post. The outside of the post, but that's the 3rd post that's been hit tonight. First one for the Warriors. They came close. Now it's back in the center ice zone, and play whistled down on a high stick. I just wanted to mention, Lou, that they're not just watching in Calgary. I'm amazed when I go back to Edmonton how many people have watched it, and I know a lot of people watch the tournament in Thunder Bay, Northern Ontario. It really is a great spectacle, and hockey fans everywhere enjoy it.
Well, Chris, not only that, many college coaches use it for recruiting. I remember last year I was out of Providence visiting with a friend of mine, and the coach showed me the tapes of the games that they taped during the tournament. And many coaches out east use it for a recruiting tool.
They might recruit you after the job you do here.
They don't pay as much as WCCO. That's what Mark Rosen told me.
Stoskopf knocks it around the boards, kept in by Shagabe, who really took a hit for his troubles. There's the puck deep in the zone. Fighting for it is Hurd. He knocks it loose. Stoskopf tried to get a shot away, and it didn't get through. So Warroad with a quick start to this 3rd period. Now back up ice. It's Rick Davis. He has McCoy loose. Centers it in front. McCoy couldn't get his stick on it. McCoy sticks with it. Now drops it to the point. Here's a shot, and it was Chronic trying to deflect it, and he just missed. Now the Warriors clear it out, so a good pace to this 3rd period as we get things underway. Cleared down deep in the zone. Foster off the boards, and that was knocked in offside. 13:43 left in the 3rd period. It's 1-0 Edina.
The most glaring error the Edina forwards have made tonight is continually throwing the puck out from the corner and the sideboards blindly in front of the net. If they stopped and hesitated and took a look where a man is, they would have many more quality chances than they've got, but they're turning that puck over, and that's going to cost them if they continue to. It's certainly costing them goal-scoring chances.
Here's a giveaway behind the net, centered out in front by Hineker, but the Warriors come up with it. Hineker almost made the check from behind, and now the puck out to center ice. It's Chapman, Vandertop, and Hineker out there for Edina. Back the other way comes Warroad. That's Peter Hoffman-Bang, number 4, with the shot. He's a Swedish exchange student, and he's been pressed into action with Complin going down.
And that's his first shift of the tournament, Chris.
Now back the other way comes Vandertop, working his way in. There's Hineker following up with the shot. It doesn't get through. And now it's Hoffman Bang off the boards, and out they come to center ice. No, this is Hoffman Bang now from Sweden. He takes the weak shot in on goal. He also played on the football team. He was the kicker for the football team. I'm sure that was quite an adjustment to a new sport for him. Out at center ice it goes. There's Biondi just getting rid of it. Back to collect it. There's Justice, and now they shoot it down deep into the Warroad zone. Chris Justice and Morris are forechecking. Morris digging for the puck. He's number 9 for Edina, and they pile up and hold it for a face-off. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State.
Edina still forechecking aggressively, throwing 2 men on the puck. Warroad's got to get that puck by those forecheckers and get some opportunities up ice.
From the face-off, Foster banks it off the boards out to center. The line of Ron, Humphrey, and Hardy for Edina. Chasing after the puck, Big Jim Fish. Biondi trying to get it for Warroad, but it's cleared out to center ice. There's a long pass intended for Biondi, doesn't get through. Shagabe off the boards, ahead for Fish. He just backhands it into the zone, and Scott Bickman collects it there. Bickman flips it high into the air. Puck is loose, and that's Ron almost breaking in. Hardy in front to Ron. Ron has Humphrey in front, but couldn't get him the pass. Kyle Humphrey in the corner. Let it go, and it was cleared around the boards by Foster, and down the ice. Back to get it will be Rob Copeland. A line change for Warroad as Copeland turns it up ice. The pass for Humphrey fails to click. Back up Nelson, the drive from well out to Bertram, called upon to make the save. David Smith against the board. Now the puck cleared outside the line, chasing after it's Humphrey. Humphrey lined up, but he bounces off the check from Dan Marvin, and Chris Nelson in his own zone. Larry Olam around the boards. Into the center ice area for Nelson. Ahead it goes. And Marvin takes another hit. Tough shift for him as John McCoy continues to throw his weight around. Big number 11's really had quite a night in that department. There's a puck loose in the zone. Coming up with it is Marvin. He tried to feed it to Hurd, and Hedges cut that one off. Hurd after it again. Keeps it in. Here's Nelson in front. The shot. Bertram the save. Rebound. They score!
Hurd just comes in for that rebound after a great save by Bertram. Edina turning that puck over right at the blue line. 2 men in all alone on Bertram. Bertram makes the initial save, but Vince Hurd goes to the net, and this place goes wild. You see right here, the puck just is knocked through, and as the first opportunity comes for Nelson, he backhands it. Bertram makes a save, and Hurd, coming from out of your pitcher, will come through, follow in, and put that shot away up and over, tying this game.
Hurd gets the goal, his first of the tournament and 20th of the year from Chris Nelson and Dan Marvin.
And Dan Marvin made a big play just before that puck was stolen. At the far blue line, he was tired, and they tried to have the puck thrown up ice to McCoy. Edina did. Marvin dropped and blocked the pass out. McCoy would add a breakaway. He kept it in. Then there was a jumble of players there. The puck was knocked through all the way down to Nelson. He was in alone. He backhanded the shot. Hurd got the rebound. This game is tied.
And Lou, this building exploded with the goal. That is the loudest reaction to a goal in the tournament so far. And we're going to have a little delay here as they clean up the ice, debris thrown in celebration after that goal.
I just was going to comment earlier that Dan Marvin looked tired. He got hit with 2 heavy checks. He was hardly moving. He got to the far blue line. He was going to go off, and just then Edina came up with the puck. John McCoy was behind everybody. The pass was attempted to go through. Marvin fouled, blocked the pass, and stayed inside. And then Hedges was fighting with 2 of Warroad forwards. The puck was knocked through to Nelson. And as he went in all alone, everybody rushed the net, but Hurd came in following the play and put it over Bertram for the goal.
10:39 left, third period. We're tied at 1. Larry Olam with the puck. Passes to Foster. Foster gets by a couple of men, and he digs into the zone. Foster trying to barge in, and Edina sends it down the ice. This one has been oh so tight. 13-12 the shots on goal with the score. Edina 1, Warroad 1. They here. From the face-off, Edina clears it down the ice. Chasing after it is Mike Hineker. Getting there first, though, the Warriors, Larry Olam, and back they come. Here's Jim Fish with Biondi and Comstock. They hit the line. Fish ridden out of the play. Biondi goes after it. Sanderson clears it around the boards. And it's dumped down the ice, and what a hit that was. And we're going to get a penalty, I think, against the Warriors. Or no, it's just the icing call. I'll tell you what, that was some.
Because of the injury to Pomplin, Nelson moved up on that line with Hurd and Stoskov, and that resulted in the tying goal.
Here's Olam with one shot. It was blocked and almost had a race for it. As breaking out was B.J. Nelson. Here they come into the zone. Sanderson was dumped on the play. Chris Justice against the boards on this near side. He's wrestled down, and play getting a little testy here.
Back to the body checking, not seeming to have an effect on Warroad, even though they're using less men than Edina.
Jeff Sanderson at center. His pass is just inside the zone. Warroad having difficulty clearing it, and after it is Morris. Following up is Chris Justice, passing it behind the goal. And Stoskov comes up with a good lead pass up at center ice. This is Hurd, who has tied it here for the Warriors in the third period. Hurd takes a hit, and Edina comes up with it. Edina has never lost a state tournament semifinal. Morris to the line and over, knocked down on the play. And Shagabe from his own goal line fires right in on goal. That gives his teammates a chance to get a line change without a whistle. Back in comes Kyle Humphrey. Humphrey with Ron. Hardy digs for the net. Ron just shot wide. Ron behind the goal. Sandwiched out of the play. Pinching in is Henchies. Puck flipped in the air. Olam tried to glove it down. He's checked by Ron. Foster against Ron, and Olam will help out. 8 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the third period. We're tied at 1, and here come the Warriors inside the line. David Smith against the boards. He wouldn't mind a face-off, but he's got to keep that puck moving if possible, and now play is whistled down.
He doesn't mind the face-off, Chris, because Warroad's changing quickly, especially the forwards. That third line is only coming out there for 25 or 30 seconds. Tom King, the coach, is going to those first two lines as much as he can. All he wants that third line to do is give him a quick breather and get off the ice 25, 30 seconds, and I'm going to go with the fellas that have been leading us all year. We've got the better scoring potential for us.
You know, the last Warroad loss was March 14th of '87 in the third place game when they were edged by Greenway, 4-3. Since then, they've won 25 straight, but they're in the fight of the year here against Edina. Copeland around the boards to Hardy, back to Copeland. Got to be careful around the front of the net. Henchies knocks it to center ice. Humphrey knocks it in. Edina will make a change. Erickson does some stick handling. And up ahead it comes to Comstock. Comstock having trouble with the bouncing puck. He and Ron do some jostling, and here comes Larry Olam. Olam working against two. He's ridden against the boards hard, and we're going to have a penalty against the Hornets. And listen to the crowd as Warroad will go on the power play with the score. The Warriors won. The Hornets won.
Ron, and he's taking in the boards right here. Let's see if the stick gets up by Ron. Here's the initial check. Ron following the play. We still haven't seen it. Ron was the person behind. We didn't see the high stick there. But Warroad on the power play with an opportunity to go ahead.
Vince Hurd almost had a chance to set up and shoot, but was checked by Hineker at the last moment. The Warriors 1 for 6 on the power play, 0 for 1 tonight, although they really did have a number of good scoring chances. Edina has been a man short twice in the tournament and has given up 1 goal. Here they come. Hurd to the line, takes a hit there and goes down. That was Greg Chapman with the hit. Hineker takes over, and pretty good job by these two penalty killers to start the power play. This is the guy you want with the puck. Olam feeds it off on the left wing. Ridden out of the play, though, by Rick Davis. And Warroad having a little trouble.
So they're able to do it. A warm rink like this is going to have a worse effect on you. It's going to be tougher to play the long shifts like they're accustomed to playing up in Warroad.
Willard Eichel has been in a few of these games over the years. both as a goaltender and a coach. 30 years behind the bench. Minute and 6 seconds left in the man advantage, and right now Edina doing a super job of penalty killing. That's Davis trying to tie it up along the boards. He gets a face-off. Exactly what he wanted.
And he'll gain any face-off he can in the offensive zone like that. You want to kill time. You want to keep the puck away from him to move. They want to make him pass that puck.
Now out breaks Fish. Fish clearing it down into Edina territory. Back to get it. There's Copeland around the boards, and it goes up over the glass, out of play.
Out of the zone when you're killing the penalty, so they can't stop it. He got a little too high face-off in the Edina zone.
Biondi wins the draw. Back it comes to Foster. Comstock, Biondi, and Comstock. Now it's Foster. Lines up. There's the shot, just deflected wide. That was close. And now the puck cleared down the ice with 32 seconds left in the power play.
That was a great clear by Copeland. He made a good inside move to get away from two forecheckers and get it down the ice.
Here comes Olam. His pass behind Biondi.
That's nice.
No, they wave it off. They did wave it off. I thought it was too. Foster keeps it in at that left point. Just got there in time. Now Sanderson clears it down. Give Edina credit. They've done a great job killing this man advantage. Time for one more rush for Larry Olam. And here he comes. Picking his way through. Now Comstock to Biondi. They're back at full strength. Here's Fish in front. Bertram down. Kept it out. There's another shot from a bad angle. And, well, you saw the net's off the moorings.
He's going to give him a penalty for delay of the game. He's saying it's intentional. I believe he's going to call Sanderson for delay of the game.
Sanderson may have saved the goal.
22 white minor for delay of game, intentionally knocking the net off.
Well, that's what they're calling. I'm not so certain that the whistle hadn't blown. Let's watch. Sanderson's going to knock the net off right here. Here's where the puck's on the side. Now Sanderson's going to get up. It looks like the whistle's blown. See, that's when you look at the referee. I'm not so certain he didn't blow the referee first and then the reaction. And maybe he reacted to the crowd. When you look at it, the whistle's already in his mouth and blown. Sanderson was down. He got up and did knock it off. There's no doubt about that. But I thought that the whistle had gone before, and then there's no call.
Another great chance for the Warriors. We're tied at 1. 5 minutes and 6 seconds remaining in regulation time. Puck at the side of the net. Bertram down. Stoskov signaling a goal, but I don't think it's going to count. There's no red light.
Referee's calling it. The puck was saved, never crossed the line. He was right on the spot.
I was surprised Stoskov wasn't out on the last power play. He's big number 13, and boy, does he cause traffic in front.
He's the one that Henges has to move out of there, and he's the one that can give Henges problems. You see the scramble in front, and the puck is down under Bertram right there. Oh, it never did go across the line. Stoskov had his arm up, but the puck was way out.
Good replay there showed it.
Referee in perfect position, by the way, to see that. That's the toughest call because he's the one that's got to make the call if the goal judge can't see it.
Foster ahead to Stoskov. Inside the line, Stoskov takes a hit. Up against Henches, following up is Nelson. To Stoskov. Back to Foster. Foster with the shot. It's blocked. He gets it across to Olam. Cross ice, Nelson. Nelson with the drive. Bertram, the skate save. Ron tries to clear it and just gets it outside the line. Almost a great play by Foster to keep that in. Back in comes Nelson. He rolls it towards Bertram. Kyle Humphrey has it there. Around the boards it goes, and this one will go all the way down the ice.
That last save that Bertram made before Foster almost kept it in. Caught the inside of his skate. He's lucky it wasn't going into the net.
Look at that great pass by Erickson to Hurd, whose shot was stopped. The skate saved by Bertram, but that all started because of an alert play from goaltender Chad Erickson. Now a loose puck, and Edina clears it down the ice. Erickson's looking like Ron Hextall there.
You better be certain, though, when he's got a forechecker coming in on him, because they've got the power play. He doesn't want to take too many chances.
Here's Fish with Biondi. Drops it to Olam. Olam all wrapped up. Fish. Cross ice. Foster. Shot. Just went wide. I tell you, this building is just waiting in anticipation. But the Edina Hornets are doing a nice job all in all. Just 8 seconds left in the man advantage. Another breakaway pass. Here's Olam. Shooting. Bertram got his skate on that one. Well, Erickson set up the two best chances Edina's at full strength. 3:05 left in regulation time. Here's Olam again. Has a man loose on the left wing. Can't barge through. Biondi will try, and Fish hit it with a high stick. The play continues as the Hornets clear it to center. 1-1 as we are under 3 minutes to go. Rob Copeland as the Warriors make a line change. Up ahead it goes. McCoy lost it to Nelson. Here comes Vince Hurd. He has the goal for the Warriors. Weak shot, and Bertram will hang on. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School.
As Warroad came up with a chance, a clearing pass inadvertently hit the referee just outside the blue line. As Edina was moving up, Warroad was able to get that puck, move across the line. A good chance there for Warroad. Bertram makes a save, face off to his left. 2:32 to go in the third period. 1-1 tie. Great hockey game. Warroad just coming through 2 power play advantages, not being able to put the go-ahead goal on the board thanks to the great penalty killing to Edina's forwards and defense, and some sharp goaltending by Bertram.
When these two teams met in the final in 69 and 70, it went to overtime. And
watch the shooter out there. He's in it. No one looks like they're going to be getting on him for Warroad.
That's Chris Nelson.
Yeah, Humphrey's out of position there. There's no use having a wing on the left side on the hash marks. Nobody's there. There
it is, Nelson. Oh, he'll give off, and Olam will take the shot. It doesn't get through.
We're awful lucky he was not a left-hand shot there.
If he was, he might have been able to one-time that right at the goal. Out it comes outside the line. Here's a lead pass. This is Humphrey with Hardy on the wing. The shot goes wide. Around the boards it comes. Chris Nelson. And the Warriors looking a little tired, perhaps. Now it's Marvin clearing it in. First one to the puck is Hurd. He's got good skating legs left. Hurd takes a hit from Sanderson and goes down. Puck cleared off the boards and past Marvin. Marvin just knocked it away. Otherwise, Humphrey might have been on a 2-on-1 break. Offside is the call. 1:50 left in regulation time.
And another good play by Dan Marvin. He was caught flat-footed. There's no use taking the chance worrying about an offside. Just get it ahead. Don't give the opposition the opportunity to get a 2-on-1. He just slapped it back in. Offside or not, he welcomes the face-off. He gets a line change. Warroad going to be doing a lot of line changes quickly now because they've got to be getting tired.
Vandertop, Chapman, and Hineker out for Edina. Biondi shoots it in for the Warriors. Back to get it is Walkman. Around the boards, Biondi is there. It's fed back to the point. Olam's shot is blocked by Chapman, and now Chapman tried to send away his line mate, but Olam was there, and back in he comes. Larry Olam, double team, got it to Biondi. Biondi was checked, and the puck does come outside the line, and it's banked back in by the Warriors. Terwilliger takes a look. Out at center ice, the puck intercepted by Warroad. Along the boards, they battle for it. In comes Fish. There's the shot. It was wide. After it goes Comstock. Comstock and Terwilliger, a pair of twos working for it. And now we're down to 1 minute left in the third period. Still tied at 1. That puck is cleared in offside, and we'll have a face-off with 53 seconds.
We're rapidly approaching what almost amounts to sudden death hockey, Chris. The way these two teams play defense, the next goal is sure going to be tough to top. I don't know if there's going to be any time left because of 53 seconds to go. Each of these clubs very capable of protecting a one-goal lead, as we've seen. We got a timeout now from Warroad, and a smart call by Coach Tom King. His players are getting a lot of ice time because he's down to a short bench. He's been using basically 2 lines and 4 defensemen, actually 3 defensemen for the last 6 minutes. And they've got to be tired. You want to give them any extended rest you can. You want to change your lines as quickly as you can. Edina, on the other hand, even though they had to kill 2 penalties, it benefits them, and the fellows that don't kill penalties are going to be that much fresher if they get the opportunity to get back in the ice.
Looks like one of the managers of Edina is headed to the dressing room to get more water. He's expecting a long evening, and Willard Eichel's team may in fact be in for a long evening yet.
Well, I was saying at the end of the second period, if Warroad ties this game up, we might be here till noon hour tomorrow, because the way they're playing defense and the way the goaltenders have been playing, it certainly looks like it's going to be tough to get a goal against either of these clubs now. They both play good defense. They don't give up many opportunities. When they do, these 2 goaltenders have played as fine as any 2 goaltenders have played in this tournament, and they certainly are going to be tough to beat. The one thing we'd like to see is a good goal win it. No matter who gets it, we want to see a good sharp goal, not a fluke, because each of the clubs played extremely well. And the winners got their work cut out for them tomorrow against a very, very good-looking Hill Murray team, a team that's playing at the top of their game right now.
And the Pioneers don't mind if this one goes 3 or 4 overtime periods.
Yeah, especially if Warroad wins. That's going to be even more telling factor on the team. And there's Larry Olam, person that hasn't left the ice too much, but not only he. When you start looking down that lineup, you see a lot of Biondi and Hurd and Fish and Comstock and Stoskopf and Chris Nelson. They certainly, as well as Dan Marvin, Foster, they've gotten a lot of ice up there.
Tom King's team lost in the semifinals last year to Kennedy. And of course, Kennedy went on and won the championship. But this time, Warroad wants their shot. The Hornets, on the other hand, a disappointment last year in the tournament. They lost both their games, but they've won 7 state titles and would dearly love to make it 8.
Actually, there wasn't that much of a disappointment if you listen to Coach Eichler, because he did have a real inexperienced team, and one that wasn't even supposed to make the finals of the sectionals. He ends up bringing them to the state.
And that experience has turned out to be invaluable, with a number of players back again. And well, even Erickson of Warroad told me it's a big difference coming back the second time. You know how to handle it a little bit different. Both teams have certainly performed very well here. That's icing against Warroad. 39 seconds left, and we're going to have a big face-off deep in the Warrior zone to the left of Chad Erickson.
Regardless of what they say, Chris, that's got to be a benefit being here before. When you're playing in front of 17 or 18,000 people, and you've had the opportunity to do it before, you know the feeling. But when you haven't, and you come out in a one-game sudden death, which a state championship is, and you've got to play in front of that many people, that really gets you uptight a little bit before the game starts. It gives you some butterflies.
Big draw here. Davis wins it. Puck is loose. Henches didn't keep it in. That one was just outside the line by maybe the width of the puck.
Well, the Edina defense playing a little conservative. Whenever the puck's deep in the opposition zone, the defenseman should stand 5 foot in front of the blue line. So if a case like that happens, when you reach for the puck and don't quite get it all, at least it won't slide out of the zone. You're able to keep it in the zone. This way you've lost the zone.
Davis, McCoy, Fronick up front for Edina as the puck cleared into Warriors territory, and now into the Warroad bench area. And we'll have another face-off, and it's Biondi, Fish, and Comstock.
Well, Davis wants it inside, but that puck was deflected by the Edina player after Foster was trying to shoot it off the board, so the face-off will come outside. I'm certain that Warroad's happy about those 2 whistles, just a little more extended range.
From the draw, goes to Olam. Larry Olam beats a couple, and here he comes. Across the line, tried to drop it back. Comstock covering the point for Olam, and they hold it for a face-off right in front of the Hornets bench.
And a good play by Comstock. He was taking the point for Olam, and he hasn't got the ability to play defense as well as Olam. So when Fronick's coming at him, rather than backing up, he throws the puck. You might as well get a whistle and get the proper defenseman back in that position, because when you're at this time, 15 seconds to go, you don't want to be playing one-on-one against a forward, and you're not accustomed to playing defense.
Now Hurd goes out to take the draw against Noel Ron. They're pretty well in sudden death now. Over the line, hard hit on Foster. Foster's moved up, and Nelson covering the point.
Well, we are now.
Surprise, but here we go. We've completed 3 periods. We'll have an 8-minute overtime period.
I don't think that this is a surprise to anyone, Chris. 1-1 tie at the end of 3. Each of these clubs, very solid defensively, good in goal, good defensive, not real high-scoring hockey clubs, so this is not a surprise. I'm certain right now that each of these clubs is quite happy to be able to say they're still tied at the end of this game, because they respect each other. They know they're both capable of winning. Now they each have a shot. It's the best shot to end up in the state final.
This is Hockey 88, continuing coverage of the Minnesota State High School Tournament.
Drive for the net, not 21 to set the screen. That's Davis. He's coming from the right now. He'll put the puck away. Nothing Erickson can do. And that stood up for a long time until the 3rd period, when Hurd followed Nelson. Nelson 20 is going to get a shot on net, a backhand shot. Bertram makes a great save from the left. you'll see Vince Hurd coming into your picture right now, putting that puck up and over Bertram, and that tied it and sent the game into overtime. But before we go into overtime, watch this flurry around Edina's net. Bertram making the first save, and out of the corner comes Stoskopf and Hurd again. Everybody piling into the net. The puck doesn't cross the line, comes back out right there. Although Stoskopf thought it was in the net, never crossing the line. 1-1, shots on goal, Warroad 19, Edina 14 shots in the third period, Warroad 8, Edina 4. A very even hockey game. Warroad and Edina going into sudden death overtime. The winner to face Hill Murray tomorrow night for the State High School Hockey Championship.
And the pressure on both teams, but certainly the goaltenders. Matt Bertram, the #1 ranked goaltender in the Lake Blue Conference, and the #1 ranked goaltender in the state, Chad Erickson. These two teams have put on quite a show tonight, and we could be in for a whole lot more. Will it be a quick overtime goal, or will we be here for a few periods? Let's find out as they go to center ice. Noel Ron and Joey Biondi. From the draw, the Warriors get possession. That's Larry Olam. Olam better be careful. He lost the puck to Chad Hardy. Here's Hardy right in. Erickson the stop, and the puck rolls by the open corner. Well, that's the danger when you're the last man back and you're a rushing defenseman. If you lose it, you can't give up those great opportunities. Now back comes Biondi. Biondi inside the line, and Hardy got the loose puck and cleared it to center. Olam's pass goes off the ankle of Hardy, and there's a shot right in on Bertram. Henches overskates it. Both teams look a little bit nervous right now, and you can understand that a bit.
And I don't think it's just the nervousness, Chris. If you look at the ice, it's got to be slow and soft, and that puck's not sliding because of it.
Here's Vince Hurd. Has some trouble with the pass, gets it again. Hurd shooting it! What a save!
That's the save of the night right now. Erickson just made a superb save. Erickson was already out to the blue line. What a shot by Hurd on the forehand, a rocket. Bertram with a superb glove save. That was labeled for the corner. That was State High School Hockey Final right there, taken away from Warroad.
Wow. There's Nelson on his knees whacking at the puck. It ended up at the side of the net. Now Edina just knocks it down the ice. That's icing. It'll come back down into the Hornet zone.
Edina looking very uncertain in their own zone and not moving that puck quick enough.
There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota. His man down into the corner. Rick Davis looking to center, feeds it back and put it on the stick of Vince Hurd. Here comes Hurd and Chris Nelson. Hurd from well out. He wants to change lines, so he just shoots it in, goes to the bench. Now it's McCoy. McCoy takes a hit and dumps it out to center ice. Back to get it is Larry Olam. Edina makes a line change, and once again, the quick pass up ahead. They're trying to catch Edina changing lines. They've almost caught them a couple of times napping. Here's Terwilliger. Up on the left wing, Hineker lets it go. Vandertop gets around one man. Here's Vandertop into the zone. Chapman in front. Chapman just didn't reach the pass. Hineker feeds the point. Terwilliger the drive, and Erickson deflects that one over the glass and out of play. Edina with pressure.
That time a good effort coming down the wing. Chapman and Hineker, the pass across just seemed to get deflected. Look at this on the outside. Right there is Vandertop. He's going to slide it across. There's Chapman's stick. It just went over top of that pass. Otherwise, he has Erickson cold turkey. Erickson reacted well, however, to it. And the game is still tied. Face off to Erickson's left.
Warroad 4-0 in sudden death this year. Edina 2-0 and one game tied. From the face-off, it's Fish carrying it down ice for the Warriors. He's had a strong game, a sophomore. Fish ridden out of the play. Terwilliger checked by Biondi. Comstock was out in front. Now Terwilliger gets it back to Hineker. Hineker on right wing, and Edina will make a line change as the puck slides down deep into the Warroad zone, and winding up is Larry Olam. Here he comes. Olam just hooked enough from behind when he lost possession of the puck. Now here's a pass for Kyle Humphrey. Chance for him. Band on the shot. It rolls to Erickson, and he'll hold on. There's a break in the action. We'll be right
back. The shooter, Edina wouldn't mind having getting a good shot on net because he's got a rocket for a wrist shot, as Herd and Fish do for Warroad.
From the faceoff, Humphrey against the board. Around behind the net, Hardy giving chase on the other side, but Stoskopf comes up with it. Ahead to Chris Nelson, through his skates and down into Edina territory. Henches around the boards for Humphrey. To Ron. And now out they come. 3-on-2 break. Copeland drops the pass, checked, and here's Herd with Stoskopf. Vince Herd to the line, and that one, well, they say it wasn't offside. I thought it was.
So did I.
Jeez. Herd took the shot from well out, and now the puck is cleared down the ice.
The puck hardly makes the line.
Icing the call.
When these passes are going to be made, they're going to have to put something on them. That ice is so soft now. After all the play, so many people in here, the warm weather outside all day long, the ice is slow. And you see the puck is not sliding well. It's very dangerous in your own zone to make short, soft passes because that puck's not going to get there. And when you see these icings, the puck's hardly making it. So whoever's going after that puck better get to it quickly because many times the whistle's not going to blow.
Ken Wilmer on the draw. A third line out there now for Warroad, and they have not seen a lot of action tonight. Maybe the fresh legs will pay off. Back in, however, is McCoy. Ooh, there's a collision behind the net. As Bronick knocked his man down, and Peter Hoffman-Bang just knocks it down the ice. Will this be icing? Well, Lou, there's that soft ice again, and it doesn't make it. Boy, if that was early part of the period, that would have been icing for sure. Now here's Marvin. Dan Marvin hit it right off the post. That's 2 apiece tonight, so they're even on all counts.
What a bullet. Bertram never even saw it. That thing went right off the post and the crossbar, right in the corner.
Boy, that got everybody's attention. Here comes Hineker on the backhand, and Erickson makes the easy stop. And hangs on. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back with the Minnesota State High School Hockey.
Watch this shot by Marvin. We got a replay on that. Boy, did he ever get a rocket. Here it is right here. He's going to just let fly. We're just catching the end of it right off the pipe. Bertram hadn't even seen it.
3:42 left in this first overtime period. Vandertuff gets set to take the draw. I'd love to pull it back to Hineker. Puck is loose from that faceoff. Hineker gets it, shooting off the target. Around the boards it goes, kept in by Terwilliger. And now out come the Warriors. A lead pass just too far for Joey Biondi. Who's going to be the hero as the puck flips up over the glass and out of play?
Boy, right now the goaltenders are the heroes. Each of them played extremely well. You can't fault anything. They've both had to come up with big saves in this game. Bertram in the net for Edina. Matt Bertram really had an outstanding season. He came on. That's usually the goaltenders always doing. And Willard Eichler, great goaltender in his own right. And Chad Erickson with 2 outstanding seasons for Warroad.
I tell you, they're cool customers under the most intense pressure. Here comes Greg Chapman inside the line. Chapman shot blocked nicely by Olam. He does it all, doesn't he, Larry Olam? Now a lead pass for Jim Fish. He's checked by Henches. Olam follows up to Fish right at the line. That was almost offside. Now they backhanded into the zone. Henches takes over. Henches with that long reach gets it ahead. Chris Nelson intercepts a pass in the center ice area. It's backhanded back in by Warroad. I'll tell you that Nelson's done a good job moving up to take Jason Complin's place on this line. Now they tee it up for Olam. Olam has some traffic, so he's going to try and play around. Here's a shot. That might have hit the post or the side of the net.
You know, I'm not so certain that didn't even hit the Warroad player or Herd and direct away from the net. I think that was going right into the net.
Stoskopf took his man down heavily, but out comes Henches. His pass from Noel Ron doesn't get through. Nelson hands it back to Henches. Here's a chance here for Humphrey breaking in. He can't get loose. Back the other way is Nelson. Nelson from well out the shot. Bertram had that one all the way. Scott Bickman around the boards. They get past Biondi. Collision in the center ice area, and Warroad sends it back in. 1 minute, 56 seconds left in the first overtime period. Jeff Sanderson behind the goal. It's cleared to the line, kept in by Warroad. Back After it goes Fish. Following up on the play, Biondi. He's checked by Ron. Diving for the puck. And now caught out of position a bit is Marvin. And up the ice comes Edina. Hardy knocks it in to Warroad territory. And Olam comes back with it. Right wing to Biondi. Here's Joey Biondi digging down into the corner. Centers it through the goal crease. And around the other side, Chronic overskates the puck. But Edina brings it out. Here they come. Sanderson sets up, fires, rebound, and McCoy missed it. McCoy just overskated it after Erickson made the save. Sanderson in front. Here's a chance. Chronic feeds the point. Across it goes to Sanderson. Sanderson clears it to the side of the net. 1 minute left in this first overtime period. And Warroad's able to clear the zone.
Well, that's the first pressure by Edina. Up until that time, Warroad putting up all the pressure, but Edina with a great chance there.
A lead pass for Davis, just a bit too far. Now Hurd overskates it, and back they come. Here's Chronic moving into the zone. Chronic on the right wing. McCoy cruising in front. Back it comes to the point to Williger. Swatman shooting. It's blocked, and we've got an injured Warroad player behind the play. Play continues, though, to Williger. Moves in, fires, and it's wide. And now play whistle down. That's Chris Nelson, who is injured behind the net.
With so much noise in here, the referees didn't see the player down. The referees just anticipating his cheering. The crowd was trying to alert the officials, so was the goaltender. But the player was down, the play continued, and Warroad was essentially playing a man short at that time.
There are the folks in Warroad, and they are on the edge of their seats.
Well, so are 17,000 plus in this building. Looks like Chris Nelson down on the ice.
27 seconds remaining in this first overtime period.
Well, that puck is giving both teams a lot of problems sliding. Trying to come out of the zone, players are overskating it, trying to make a pass. They're not really getting the good opportunities to move the puck like they can because they can't get good control of it. The puck is just not sliding at all. I hope Warroad has a lot of
7 seconds. Nelson will get a full intermission to help recuperate.
He's already standing on it. I think he's going to be okay. I certainly hope so. Played a strong game. Warroad already losing it. The right winger Coughlin early in the game forced Nelson to go in the second line. Had Warroad playing down to 8 forwards basically, although Peter Hoffmanbang did get a shift out there.
From the faceoff, Hineker steals. Here's Chapman shooting. Erickson with a great kick save. Boy, that one was all-star material as well.
That certainly was.
Puck in the center zone. Henches passes over to Copeland. Copeland off the boards, intercepted by Comstock, and he clears it in. And this should just about do it for the first overtime. Oh, boy, that was close at the buzzer. But that is it. 1-1 through the first overtime period. So the ice will be resurfaced. The two teams head.
Nothing lead, scoring their only goal in the first period. And it was John McCoy getting the goal. Matt Henges set it up. 6'6". Matt Henges set it up, and McCoy coming in from the slot there to knock it in. Number 11, the senior, who's going on to Wisconsin.
Well, it took till the third period before number 20, Chris Nelson, with a backhand right in front. Right there, but it was number 6 on the rebound. Vince Hurd, 20th goal of the year, bangs it home. And it's tied at 1 at that point. Tied at 1 right now.
That's right. Both teams with excellent opportunities in overtime. None better here than Dan Marvin, who shot clanked off the pipe here, beating Matt Bertram. I wonder what Bertram's heartbeat was at this moment. Taking a look around, and boy, I'm sure he said his Hail Marys at that point.
Oh, I'm telling you, both goaltenders, Mark. Chad Erickson on the other end here. Edina misses on the rebound. This is in the overtime period. I'm telling you, it's just unbelievable how these two teams have gone back and forth. The puck not moving that well. Shots on goal, overtime. Edina 6 and Warroad 5. It has been dead even. Bodies flying all over the place. I spoke with some of the Hill Murray players.
Fans will long remember Willard Eichela's Hornets march to the state title in true championship form. Hill Murray returned to defend its title in 1984. Those hopes were cut short by another team from the St. Paul City Conference. Johnson edged their rivals 3-2 in the opening round of play. The surprise team in the tournament came from Section 2. St. Cloud Apollo made their first appearance. The wildest game came in the Consolation Championship, where Roseau edged Burnsville 9-8 in overtime. The two roads to the championship were paved by a pair of Lake Conference teams. Bloomington Kennedy knocked off Burnsville, then beat Johnson 5-3 in the semis to set up a rematch with Edina. Willard Eichela had his Hornets in tournament form. The Green Machine rolled to the finals, first whitewashing Roseau 7-0, then posting a convincing 5-1 win over Hibbing in the semifinals. Kennedy proved the more challenging task in the finals, but a pair of future Gophers broke a 2-2 tie, and Edina was on its way to an unparalleled 7th state championship. Peter Hankinson hit Marty Nanny with a perfect pass for the game winner, and the celebration was on.
We've had some good ones. This one's going to match it, I think. 1-1 going into the second overtime. Whatever happened to Cooperalls?
They're long gone. I remember Marty's dad may have had a tear to start.
I think there was no comparison there. We never did get the electricity in the hockey arena at the Olympic Saddle Dome, but it always seems to be here. But this is going to go down as one of the most memorable games I have seen, going back to, I guess, '85 and that game between Minnetonka and Jefferson we often talk about. Are we going to go 4 overtime periods like that night?
Just think about it, Chris. If one of these teams wants to win the state championship, they might have to win 2 games in one day.
Yeah.
Unless the game tonight goes into overtime to tomorrow. But right now, it certainly seems like it could be a very long game. You never know, because the opportunities come and present themselves so quickly when the adrenaline's going and everybody's excited. The discipline breaks down at times. But the way these clubs play defense, the way the goaltenders have played throughout their careers, they're each capable of making the big saves. We could be here for a long time today.
Here comes Warroad, and you can hear the fans. The Warriors won a game in double overtime in the section playdowns over Brainerd 4-3. Guess who got the goal? Number 19, Larry Olam.
It's surprising we've had some fans leave here. Some of them probably have to go to different parts of the state. They get tickets for a game like this, and they've got such a long drive, seeming to think what we think, that they could be here for quite some time. They think maybe we'll get home and watch it on TV.
And that snow is piling up, too. And here comes Edina, and they're greeted with boos. So it hasn't been a secret here tonight what team most of the fans are cheering for.
Well, as we said, if Edina does win tomorrow night, you'll have 1,000 fans cheering, 500 for Edina and 500 for Hill Murray, and the other 17,000 will be booing every play. It'll be a unique place if Edina should beat Warroad here tonight.
Yes.
Or this morning, I should say.
The Pioneers watching back at the hotel.
Well, the Pioneers know that whoever they face, they're going to be facing a good hockey team. Both these clubs disciplined, both have the ability to strike, but they're not high-scoring teams, but they don't give you much either. And if you look at Warroad, you'd think that, boy, they're going to get worn down. They're playing a short bench. They're not using nearly as many people as Edina, yet they got stronger as the game went on. They started slower than they finished, and the way the game's gone thus far, and getting 15 minutes of rest right now, you got to think that they're as fresh as they came in. Youngsters with the kind of adrenaline and emotion that they have just don't know how to get tired.
They might get tired next week.
That's right. I know one thing, whoever wins, they're not going to have an easy time sleeping tonight. And whoever loses certainly won't sleep tonight.
Ready? Let's go. Well, the Warroad Warriors trying to become the first unbeaten state champions since Hill Murray in 1983, and right now all they're thinking about is having a chance at the 1988 Hill Murray team. Into the second overtime period. Erickson loosens up, and I'm telling you, he is loose. Skating around the rink, he was waving at some of the fans here in the stands. He is a cool customer, and so is Matt Bertram. His parents may be nervous, but I think Matt is handling things pretty well.
Each of these goaltenders feeling very confident in their team and their ability to keep the puck out. They face tough. Look at Erickson in the net. He's facing the fans. He's got his head under the crossbar and doing some meditating. He's not even ready to turn around. He's just doing a few antics in the net. Maybe he's trying to think of piece from Ron Hextall be a little different with some of your antics, but If he is, he's picked a good one to follow because Hextall's a great goaltender.
It's these games that really make the state tournament even more special than it already is. Here we go, second overtime period. Back to get it, Jeff Sanderson, being watched by Biondi. Up it comes on the wing, intercepted there. Now it comes outside the line, and Chad Hardy starts down the ice. Hardy over the line, looking for Humphrey or Ron, his line mates. Humphrey centers it. Back it comes. Here's Bickman the drive, just off the target. Good chance there for Edina early. Hardy picks off the pass, keeps it in. Hardy in the corner, takes the return pass. Erickson down, and they clear it away. Sanderson winds up his shot off the skate. Great pressure here by the Hornets as they have come out to win it here early in the second overtime. But now back comes Warroad. Jim Fish down the ice. Here's Fish, watched by Bickman and checked by Bickman, who clears it around the boards and out to center. Some anxious moments in front of Chad Erickson. Here comes Larry Olam. Olam going deep, centering it. Nelson back out on the ice. Olam went down, but Chris Nelson has returned despite that sprained ankle. And now, down the ice, here comes Kyle Humphrey. Long shot right on, and Erickson got on the rebound quickly with Scott Fronick right on his doorstep. There's a break in the action. We'll be right back. Warroad zone. Rick Davis goes behind the net. It's Davis, McCoy, and Fronick. And Davis ties it up there, double teamed, and he'll hold it for another draw.
Davis trying to just kick that puck free, but Fronick, as soon as he saw Davis was being double teamed, he got out of there. He wanted to make certain that they don't get caught with Warroad breaking out. One thing Edina was doing earlier in the game that they're not doing right now, they're keeping a fella higher in the slot and in a good shooting position.
Behind the net, Marvin goes after it for Warroad. Puck in the corner and cleared up ahead, and out of the zone comes Vince Hurd. Hurd bumped off the puck there by Copeland. And now McCoy takes quite a hit. He's been dishing it out tonight, and that time Stoskov caught him with his head down. McCoy right up, though, and into the zone. He's a tough customer. Now here's Marvin. Dan Marvin lost control of it. Copeland, right wing pass. They try to beat Davis. It's intercepted. Back comes Olam, knocks it off Hench's stick, and down behind the goal. Copeland's there to McCoy. McCoy takes a look and just clears it down the ice. Icing waved off, and Olam is really tired out there. He just fell on his own there, just trying to turn around. And you can understand why. He's played about 40 minutes tonight. And that's icing against Warroad. With the score, Edina 1, Warroad 1. This is Hockey 88, live from the St. Paul Civic. Off to the right of Chad Erickson. Vandertop on the draw against Biondi. Biondi wins it, and it's cleared out to center. Swakman off the boards. Comstock almost picked that off, but back the other way. Here they come into the zone. There's a pass which was deflected. Now they center it in front. They score! It's Mike Hineker, the hero.
Hineker gets a winning goal. Actually, Vandertop went too far with the puck. He could have given it easier earlier to Chapman. He waited. Then the avenue got closed off. He goes around the net. The puck gets centered out, and Hineker, the last man on the play, follows it, puts it home. Erickson just didn't know where the puck was.
Well, the folks in Warroad were treated to quite a game tonight. Their team did quite a job, but the Edina Hornets came up with a big goal 2 minutes, 51 seconds into the second overtime period. What a night it has been, and the hero is Mike Hineker, a junior, scoring just his 5th goal of the year. There's Chad Erickson.
Feel sorry for that fella. He's had a tremendous game, Erickson. Just no chance, didn't even know where the puck was. Everybody going down there to talk to him at the goal. He was just really crushed, but what a great game. What a superb goaltender. You see a disappointed Tom King, and you can't blame him for being disappointed, but he's got to be proud. the kind of game this team played, and really with a short bench, much less depth than Edina had. Then he run into a couple injuries. If they competed all the way and were in this game,